Okay, so let's start with Paranormal Activity. Blumhouse's first movie. Like I said, I don't want to go in any particular order, but I think that the original Paranormal Activity, 2007, would probably be the best place to start when going through the pantheon of Blumhouse Productions films. So,
It was so good.
yes, it was really good. I'm tempted to put Paranormal Activity as S, but it also feels weird to start out putting as S, but I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, let's just take it from the top right there and just put it right there, and then as
Yeah, it's a
more things
tier list,
come
so
in, we can like move things around. I mean,
if we really want, we can demote it.
yeah, it's a personal tier list, so if people have a problem with it, they can make their own.
Yeah, actually, the tier list thing, I had to create a Twitter to make it, and it's saved on there, like tierlist.com or tiermaker.com.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's on there. If people want to, I'll probably put a link to it in the description of the video or something like that, so they can make their own if they hate this so much.
Tiermaker.com.
Tiermaker.com. So that's okay. Paranormal Activity, first movie ever, Blumhouse Productions, as the Blumhouse. Jason Blum has made movies since I think the late 90s or at least 2000. But this was the first Blumhouse Productions movie made for $15,000. So for 15 grand, and how impactful and just genuinely good it was, I'd say that's S.
10 out of 10. I agree.
Yeah. As for Paranormal Activity 2, I don't think it's an S, but I think, well, first of all, have you seen all the Paranormal Activity movies?
I sure have. I just haven't seen Next of Kin. But how are we dealing with spoilers here? Is this like spoiler free, spoiler filled?
I mean, as far as minor spoilers, like how scenes go in some places, that's fine, I guess. But I'm trying not to completely recount the movies, because of time. Like, we've got 91 to go through, so we literally couldn't do this unless we want to be here for about 8 hours.
I mean, people can leave it on in the background.
Right. But I think endings and twists. I want to try and avoid endings and twists as far as being specific, but scenes, like, let's say for Paranormal Activity 2, one of the scenes that really got me, and I think it got everybody, was when the entire kitchen explodes, basically, like all the cabinets just boom.
Oh, totally.
So stuff like that, that's fine. But I would say, like, if there's a major twist or like the ending of a movie, I'd probably try and avoid that. Yeah. But I also want it to be kind of natural as we go, so I don't want to stifle our conversations. Older movies, probably, who cares? But
that makes sense.
From 2022.
Yeah. If it's fairly recent, there's no reason for it.
Yeah. I think there's like a 3-year statute of limitations on spoilers for stuff usually. Like, if you haven't seen it 3 years after it came out, you probably can't complain about accidentally coming across spoilers for it on the internet.
Yeah, wrecked internet. You heard it here first.
So I think Paranormal Activity 2 it's not an S, but I'd say it's an A. I think it keeps the tone going and keeps the story going, and yeah, I don't know. I liked it.
I agree. I was very much looking forward to it. After the first one, it became pretty, and it kind of held the whole way through. So, in terms of I was pretty happy when I walked out. I was like, okay, I dug it.
Yeah, and it was 3 years in the making too. So Paranormal Activity 1 came out in 2007. Number 2 came out in 2010. So this might be controversial, but I
spicy
think.
takes already. Go.
Oh yeah, we're going for spicy takes. What's this?
I found one already online, but you're good.
That's mine.
Oh, sweet, cool. So
Yeah,
we found the same one. Nice.
Yeah.
The first one I googled too.
Yep, that's mine. I made it.
Let's go, BB.
Let's go, baby. Now I messed up my I messed up my camera. Crap, I clicked on it and I can't remember how to There we go. Okay. I messed up my cropped image of our little avatars. Anyway, okay. So, now that you're following along, that's awesome. I should have just said to do that from the beginning.
Didn't know it was a thing. So for those of you listening, I just happened to Google the tier list, and it happens to be tier. Like, oh wait, by the way, are we using names or what's going on?
Oh no, Smokey, please.
Smokey, right. He'll edit that out.
I'm gonna bleep it out and tell people you said the N-word.
For the no.
Slender. Okay, cool. All right, so here's spicy take then. Now that you're following along, I don't feel like I need to go too let's just like blaze through. Paranormal Activity 3 for me is an S.
3.
I thought 3 was so. It's the prequel one, the one where it shows like Katie and her sister. Yes. Paranormal Activity 3 was just as good, if not better, than the first one.
The
in my
pseudo origin story of Toby.
Yes. So good. I guess we'll just keep going with the Paranormal Activity. You said the only one you haven't seen is Next of Kin, right?
Next of Kin, crap. There's additional. I've seen up to the one that has.
So there are 7.
There are 7. Man, I have only seen 4. What the hell?
Okay.
I gotta do some work. Okay. I'm definitely doing some homework after this then.
But if you've seen 4, then what do you think? What did you think of 4? I actually thought that Ghost Dimension was 4, and while I was making this list, I was like, "Holy crap! Did I miss one?" And I went back too. And I realized that 4 was its own thing. It was actually a numerical sequel, and Ghost Dimension, I think, was the one that came after it. So if you saw 4
is the one with the babysitter, right? With the girl. No, they all have girls. What a great description. I'm sorry.
4 is the one where there's like a weird young kid. I think his name was Bobby, who lives across the street from this one family, and Bobby takes kind of a liking to this family's young son who is adopted.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, sorry, I mixed the roles of sister and babysitter.
Yeah. No, I got you. Actually, the sister you're thinking of, because she kind of is a babysitter. At one point, they do watch the kid for a couple days, I think. Catherine Newton is Alex, the I probably maybe 14, and she I think this was the first thing she ever did that was horror.
Nice.
But she was in 2020's Freaky.
Yeah.
With opposite Vince Vaughn. So she's all looking itty bitty baby faced in Paranormal Activity 4. And when I couldn't remember which one it was, and I rewatched it a couple days ago, I recognized her and I was like, oh my god, that's tiny, like tween Catherine Newton from Freaky.
Yeah, or Detective Pikachu,
Oh, is she from there?
Yeah, she's in there. I think she's the reporter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Detective Pikachu.
And also Ant-Man, right? Yeah, she's coming up in Ant-Man. Yeah, in the Wasp.
Oh, in a new one? She's going to be in a new Ant-Man?
She plays Cassie but we're off topic. We're good.
Oh,
The daughter, yeah,
so
they
she's
replaced
the
the daughter.
daughter.
Yeah, she's the daughter. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Some people were
Did she
a
play
little
the
annoyed.
daughter in the first two?
She definitely did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
no.
say I feel like I would have recognized her.
I don't know the story behind her that role getting replaced or anything.
They just need an older
But
person, probably.
maybe I would assume so. I don't know. She seems old enough for me, but well, to play the
No.
role, Jesus Christ, to play the role.
She's old enough for me.
The internet's gonna internet, you know. I have to clarify. It's all right.
Could
I am
probably
never
cut
running
that
for
out.
office, so we're
That's great. Okay, so 4 Paranormal Activity 4. I think B.
B. I would, yeah.
It was okay. It was fine. It was completely serviceable
Is that
as a movie.
is that
Ghost Dimension, dude, D probably. I don't remember anything about it
forgettable
aside from
at best?
what's that?
Forgettable at best, I would say.
It's very forgettable. It's the one that I don't even think has anything to do. If it does, I don't know. I don't remember. But it's just basically like that special camera that can see the weird ghost dimension. It's like I believe it's a spin-off. I don't remember it tying into the 1 through 4 period. But it was okay. I guess it was forgettable, but okay. Now, so I told you this before we started recording, but the F tier is reserved for one movie on this list. Okay, so we cannot label anything as an F except for this one movie that you'll know when we get to it. I will tell you. But I'd say anyway. So for D, yeah, Ghost Dimension. I think the marked ones was also a D in my opinion. I don't remember much about it either. Forgettable, as you say. I actually kind of liked Next of Kin. That one, Next of Kin, came out fairly recently, right? Maybe like 2020?
Away?
2021, in fact. Yeah.
I use me. Okay.
Yeah, 2021. So pretty recent, and I don't remember when marked ones came out. 2014.
I remember,
so it's
is it the marked
it had
ones
been like
where like they were
7
alluding
years.
to like other people, like I think it was like I I remember like there being like Virgin Mary like imagery, like
Mm-hmm.
is that yeah.
I honestly I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
No,
I know I've seen it. I have seen every single movie on this list.
no stay. No stay, yeah.
So I wouldn't make the list if I hadn't seen them all. But yeah, I don't remember. I just remember it being forgettable, and
Yeah.
forgettable goes in the D. Forgettable gets the D. Very forgettable D.
Yeah, I think the only thing I can take away from that is like I think Toby was around in some form of capacity. I didn't watch it, so
Oh, okay.
don't torch me.
That's fine. Next of Kin, though, I boost up to a C. I thought Next of Kin was like it took place on this kind of like prepper compound, which was a refreshing change from the normal like, hey, we're everyday teens and we just living our lives. And then there's a demon. His name is Toby.
We're walking here.
We're walking here. All right, let's see. Happy Death Day. Seen it?
Oh man, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think Happy Death Day for me is A.
I would agree. It was a fun watch.
I think Jessica Roth did a great job in it. She's not really been in much horror, and yeah, it was great. I liked it. Definitely a solid A for Happy Death Day.
Enjoyed. Agreed.
How about Happy Death Day 2?
I
Or
haven't.
2U?
I haven't watched.
You didn't
the
watch
second
that one?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, especially when it actually goes into the origin of the time loop, which I was like, oh, I kind of liked it when you didn't really know what was going on. It was just some strange thing that was happening. I'm a big fan of that kind of cosmic unexplained occurrences, you know, like it was like Twilight Zone. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. They didn't feel the need to completely explain why this person was the last person alive on Earth or whatever. You know, everybody was frozen in time. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I think Happy Death Day 2U is also an A, holding hands with its older sister. Absolutely. Now, let's see. Let's do... how about The Hunt? Betty Gilpin.
The Hunt.
Did you watch The Hunt from 2020 with Betty Gilpin? It was the one where all the...
Oh, is that the one they pulled from theaters?
They pulled it from theaters?
No. Never mind.
It had a digital release because it was early. It was like February 2020, which was when everything was locking down. So it had a digital release along with Invisible Man, actually, I think the same week.
Yeah, this is the one I was thinking about. Yeah. They had to... Oh, because of the pandemic, right? They switched over to a digital release.
Oh, is that... Okay, so... Okay. I didn't realize it ever came out in theaters. I thought it was only digital. But, yeah, Betty Gilpin, who is just a goddess who walks among us, and Hilary Swank, who I think gets a lot of flack for no good reason. I'm not sure why people don't like Hilary Swank.
I love Hilary Swank.
Yeah, I think she's great.
10.
And I think they did really good. Oh, you think... Oh, so you think The Hunt's an S?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Hilary Swank is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
She's great. She's awesome. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed The Hunt. I think The Hunt is an A. I couldn't tell you what kept it from being an S. I mean, there's not really anything that comes to mind. It just feels like a solid A.
I missed this one, but if it's anything like the Belko Experiment, I had a lot of fun with that.
It's not. It is a lot more lighthearted than the Belko Experiment, and we'll get to the Belko Experiment because that's also Blumhouse. But yeah, we will talk Belko.
I should probably...
So The Hunt. Actually, you know what? We're talking about it right now, so let's continue. The Belko Experiment.
I enjoyed this one.
So I enjoyed it too, but I enjoyed it in the way that, the reason horror hounds go, we watch so much horror is because we actually want something to get to us. The Belko Experiment got to me in a really weird way. I can't really explain it. It's not something that I would recommend watching if you already have a pretty sour perspective on your fellow man. Pretty rough movie. I thought it was going to be a goofy thing because it had John C. McGinley in it.
Yeah.
And John C. McGinley is a funny guy.
Really.
And it also had Rick from The Walking Dead, and it's got a frequent horror cast member. Hang on. John Gallagher Jr. John Gallagher Jr. is in a lot of horror movies. He's on Hush, which is on this. He's in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah, he's been in quite a bit of horror media. And it's funny, he's kind of hard to recognize in a lot of them because I swear his face, like just if he shaves his beard in a different way, he looks like a completely different person. He's one of those guys.
He does.
Yeah. He's Underwater. He was in Underwater from 2020. Underwater was a great movie. I watched that. Underwater is one of those movies like A Quiet Place, where I watch it multiple times a year just because I like it so much. If I can't think of something I want to watch or something new isn't really piquing my interest in the moment, I'll just turn on Underwater or A Quiet Place or there's another one, but I can't remember right off the top of my head. But yeah, John Gallagher Jr. From Belko Experiment was good. So I think Belko is an A.
Agreed. That's where I put it.
All right, Belko, A. Now, we're talking about John Gallagher Jr., so let's move on to Hush then. Hush is the rare, actually, I think the exclusive meeting of my favorite production company, Blumhouse Productions, and my favorite director, Mike Flanagan. So Mike Flanagan's the guy who brought us, the Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. Oh, you know what? There is another one on this list, but Hush also has it's the trifecta. Then it's also got Kate Siegel in it, who I love.
Nice.
Mike Flanagan's wife, in fact. For me, Hush is an S. And I know you mentioned you hadn't seen Hush, so
I haven't seen it. I'm making a list as far as like what I need to watch so far as The Hunt, Underwater, and Hush. Completely forgot about Underwater. I know you and I talked about it for a bit, but I'm like, I need to watch that. I just remembered that, so thank you. But yeah,
Underwater's on Hulu if you wanna watch it. Okay, so we did Hush. So the other Mike Flanagan Blumhouse Productions joint, as they say, is Oculus, which also has the wonderful Karen Gillan from Doctor Who and the new Jumanji movies. Do you know Karen Gillan?
Karen Gillan, is that? Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
Oculus
Nebula.
has... Yeah, Nebula. Yes. Nebula from Guardians. Oculus has like fairly mediocre reviews, and I don't know why. I think it's a great movie. I think that it's probably not S, but definitely an A, especially with the flashbacks that you get with Katie Sackhoff, she plays the mom in the flashbacks, and Katie Sackhoff is Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica.
She's awesome.
Yeah, love Katie Sackhoff. Mm-hmm. So I think Oculus is an A. Let's see. You mentioned Ouija. You said you have seen Ouija.
I have seen Ouija, or Ouija, or Ouija.
I think it's Ouija. Pretty sure it's Ouija.
Yeah.
So the original Ouija 1, bad.
Oh, this was a. Wait, which one's which? Oh, there's a sequel. I had no idea. I don't know if I saw the first one or the second one.
Was it set in like the 60s?
Yes.
Okay, that's the second one.
Oh, okay. So, then I've seen the second one. I haven't seen the first one.
That's fine, honestly. That's a good thing. So, Ouija, bad. C, probably. But Ouija Origin of Evil.
Enjoyed.
Okay. I just want to get the IMDb up so I get all the names. Okay. Actually, this is... I can't believe I forgot this, but this is actually a third Mike Flanagan Blumhouse intersection. And it's got one of Mike Flanagan's favorite actors to put in his movies and shows, Elizabeth Reeser, who was in... she's the funeral home owner in Haunting of Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
So she plays the mom. Kate Siegel is in it briefly. It's like almost like a cameo at the beginning. And then Lulu Wilson, who is... Have you seen Becky from 2020?
I can't say that I have. Okay,
so Lulu Wilson has actually been in a lot of horror movies, and I think this was the first one she did back when she was itty bitty teeny weeny. So, really cool. I think Ouija Origin of Evil is S. I loved it.
I agree. No, yeah. That's where I put it in.
Okay, so we've agreed on most things, but I know one that we don't agree on because when it first came out, I asked you to watch it, and you said it was so-so, and I actually really liked it. Cam.
What did you call me?
Cam. Is that your name now? Cam with Madeline Brewer. I think it was. I think it's a Netflix movie. I watched it on Netflix. I can't remember if it's a Netflix exclusive or not. I don't know. But it's the one where the Cam model's profile gets taken over, and there's like this.
Oh my god, this one annoyed me. I remember.
You didn't like it.
Well, okay. How do I honestly, I think it was good. It was solid. I like the way it went. I like towards the end. I like where sort of like broke herself out of the loop kind of thing. I think at the time I wasn't expecting what this was. So
well, we all know that you're an immense prude. Like you think sex is icky, right?
Sure.
I'm kidding. So you didn't know what it was? What did you think it was going to be?
I didn't have any expectations, but it sure as hell wasn't. I don't know. I guess in the way that I did have an expectation. I just maybe I was expecting something like eerie and creepy or whatever, but to me it felt a little more lighthearted. And then I think as it went on, I grew to appreciate it. So I was like, okay. Oh, okay, you know?
Like thinking back fondly to it.
Yes.
So what would you say letter grade Cam is?
Thinking back on it now, I would put it either at a B. I would put it at a B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually, we do apparently agree. My rationale's opposite, though, because I initially had it as an A, but thinking back on it, I actually don't like how she broke herself out of the loop because it doesn't really make sense. Like the self-harm piece of it, it's not like oh no, I was offended. It's just the way that it goes down. I don't understand the mechanics of it. Like A, how did she know that was going to work? And B, why did it work? So the kind of weird Deus Ex Machina MacGuffin basically ending bumped it down from A to a B. I did think it was really really intense how when her family found out about her being a cam model, that struck some, like, really, because that's kind of like part of the world we live in. You know, a lot of people are doing that right now, and it's a big fear for them. So anyway, yeah, Cam. For
the record, I support anything and everything. Okay.
I know. Me too. Me too. I was joking.
Some insults gonna get triggered, but no, like please do what you want. Do what you want.
We don't care if we trigger incels. Incels can.
They can go fuck themselves.
Go fuck themselves. That's all they can do, really. Okay, so Cam B. Let's see. You, my friend.
Me?
You just watched a movie this morning.
Black Phone.
The Black Phone.
Oh, this one's fresh in my noggin. Okay, so.
Yes, even fresher than me.
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna put it. Man, all right. Hold on. Well, man, oof, I am a fan of Ethan Hawke. Let's just say this.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed Sinister. Really enjoy his work. The range on this man, I'm telling you.
The range on this man. Forget about it.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna put it an S. And like, if it gets bumped down, it gets bumped down. But like for now, like
really?
It's top of mind. I enjoyed it.
S. S is a strong showing.
Finney became Finn in that movie for me, for sure, man. Like, I enjoyed it. And the other kid, his friend, Robin.
The daughter, yeah.
Robin.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
oh,
gosh,
yeah.
his little sister. Oh my god.
Yeah, there are a lot of great child actors in that one. Tons.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I had a good time.
What did you say? Again, I watched it once, and I watched it when it first came out, which was like mid to late last year. Oh no, it wasn't even, because I was still in the RV when I watched that. Man, I don't even remember. But
God damn it, Max. the brother.
So what did you say? The like tough kid, the last one to get kidnapped before the
Robin
main kid. Robin, the tough kid, right? Who teaches him how to fight, right? Yeah. I liked that dynamic, and I really liked the little montage sequence that they did where it's like Ghost Robin and real what's the lead's name?
Finn or Finney?
Finn.
Yeah. At the end, well, no spoilers.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
what the phone says.
It's still pretty new, so I don't want to say exactly what happens, but like it's yeah.
I got you.
Like, yeah.
You know what? Actually, thinking back on it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it as S2. It was really good. It was really good, really satisfying. Even the douche dad, not even douche, just like horrible man. Like, you still, it's not just like, man, I hope he dies.
I love movies who subvert my expectations, or who make me rethink things. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like at first, like, man, this dad's a piece of shit. What the hell? And then you're like, oh, but he's hurting too. But also, it's not okay. But also, like,
it's not okay to act out the way he is. But man, you feel it.
Yeah.
It's super good. I'll give it an S. I'll give it an S. I also wonder if maybe like in time, like after you've molded over a little bit, you might want to downgrade it to an A. But that's just, I don't know.
Fine. Just kidding.
All right. So speaking of Ethan Hawke, how about Sinister?
Sinister, I saw it in theaters. Love it. It's an
S for Sinister. Okay, I will. That's a strong. I can't find Sinister on my list.
I can't find Black Phone on the list.
It's Ethan Hawke's masked face. It was somewhere down in like the fourth line, I think. Where the hell is Sinister?
Sinister's on the third row.
Third row.
Right next to Split. That's where I see it.
What?
Unless.
Okay. Jeez. What the hell? I don't see Sinister or Sinister 2. My brain is failing me. Okay, I have to pull up my files so I know what the thumbnail looks like. Okay, blood on a wall. But little girl rubbing blood on a wall. There it is. Okay, cool. Okay, Sinister and Sinister 2 are right next to each other. All right, so Sinister's S for you, huh?
Hell yeah.
That's a strong... It definitely freaked me out. I would... freaked me out as in the imagery in the videos he watches is really strong.
He gave me the heebie-jeebies for sure.
Yes, very heebie-jeebies. I would have put it at an A if I was alone, but, I mean, you know what? I think your enthusiasm outbalances my just solid appreciation, so we'll bump it up to S. The scales have turned.
Hell yeah.
Or tipped. Scales have tipped. Okay, how about Sinister 2, though?
Sinister 2, can't remember it. I know I watched it, but oh my god.
I think Sinister 2 was a big pile of poo-poo.
I remember being like, this is not the same.
No. I think it's a C.
I'm gonna give it a D. Because
okay.
Sinister's up on S, right? And I'm gonna give Sinister 2 a D because it's just like, yo, Come on.
Why you suck so hard?
Don't do this to me.
The Purge.
The Purge. Which one? The first one?
The first one.
Man, it's been a minute for that one.
I have strong feelings about The Purge. I think they are heavy-handed, and there's been about 5 too many.
Agreed.
I'm not a big fan of the first one. I will give it a C because it was a new idea. It was a slight twist on the home invasion genre. You know, it was okay. It's a passing grade, but literally every other Purge movie is a D for me.
I agree. It never goes above a C, and the first one was a C.
Yeah.
The whole time me thinking, I was like, you know, anybody can access your home at any time they want. Like, if they really want to, like, none of this shit's gonna work.
Yeah.
And like, I enjoyed it when it came out. I'm like, okay, cool, it's whatever. It's fine. But like, it's like there's definitely been like better, like takes on the home invasion. Like ones
For
like,
sure.
like, oh my god, like the strangers. That one, like, ooh, yeah.
So that's you reminded me. I didn't really take notes because 91 movies is hard to take notes about, and I didn't want to be shuffling around with them. But that was actually one of the things I thought to myself was that the strangers. The thing that made that so scary was the random act of violence. Why are you doing this? Because you were home.
Yeah.
That's the scariest fucking thing. That the scariest reason to be attacked is just because you were there. Unavoidable, unforeseeable.
Wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. You can't mitigate that. You can't.
And the thing the Purge did, well, the first Purge, it was a whole thing. Like, he's this upper class guy, so he's all safe from the Purge, and the lower class guys don't like it, so they want to kill him. All the other Purge movies are all wrong place, wrong time, basically, because everyone is out to kill you for no reason, just because they're angry. And it's got zero impact. D across the board for basically all of them but the first one. And the first one, just because it was the first one, gets a bump up to C.
Actually, which one's the one with Frank Grillo? My man, Crossbones.
Anarchy, I believe.
Anarchy. I will put that at C.
Really?
I enjoyed it. I was like, okay, all right, okay. I was like, I don't know. I don't know who was watching it. I just happened to sit down while somebody was watching it, and I was like, okay.
I do like. Is it Grillo or Grillo?
Grillo? I don't know. Oh, he's I don't know.
I think it would be.
Butcher it.
Whenever I say it, I always say Grillo, but I could be totally wrong. So
I don't.
All right, and then the Forever Purge. Okay, so we've got the Purge and the Purge Anarchy. I think actually the Purge Anarchy was the second one. So
was it? It was either number 2 or 3. I don't remember that, but like, yeah. Okay, so
we've got the Purge Anarchy, the Purge Election Year, the First Purge, and the Forever Purge.
Okay, let me get this straight in my list. Let me find them. Are they for there's Purge? The First Purge. I didn't see that. I'm just gonna put it in D.
I know I've seen them all, but
Election Year. Was it Election Year?
But you're right. The Purge Anarchy is the only other one, aside from the first one, that actually sticks in my mind as... Like, I even knew it was him. Frank Grillo was... I think the first thing I recognized him from was The Gray. He's the guy with the No Mas tattoo on his neck. And then when I saw him in Purge Anarchy, I was like, hey, it's that guy. So, memorable only slightly compared to the other ones, but yeah.
Honestly, the thing I could take away from The Purge is, like, it's always a thing in Hollywood Horror Nights, Universal Studios.
I'm I don't do
You don't.
things where people are.
I don't go out.
I don't go out to places where people are.
Well, if you ever want to, because I try to go every year. I didn't go last year. The last couple of years, of course, obviously. No, I went 2 years ago. Didn't go last year. Didn't go the years prior because of the pandemic. But Halloween
Gotcha.
Horror Nights in Universal Studios, 10 out of 10. Like it's super fun. And like, but you have to pay for the exclusive pass, like the VIP pass, where you can cut the line once every single time, so you can see every single maze. I have so much fun. It's yeah.
And there's a Purge themed one. Is that what?
For the last few years, I think like the year before I didn't go because of the pandemic, they were using, because you get to walk through areas. There were people revving chainsaws on the floor. Of course, they didn't have the chains on them, but like you can see the sparks and stuff like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They had the Purge masks on. They had like the neon like signature like Anarchy look, So yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, that's cool, but still doesn't make me want to watch the Purge anymore.
Amen. Okay, so that's the Purge out of the way. I don't know how they keep making them, honestly. I think it's the absolute weakest series that Blumhouse has by far. They've got a couple different series, and this one, The Purge, is just
making a lot of money. Like
I guess people like it.
It's very popular with people because it's just.
I just don't understand. I think they're so formulaic and heavy-handed with their classism message. It's like, come on, we get it. Rich people shit on poor people. that's
our opportunity. And that's
the way the cookie
shit
crumbles.
on the rich people. So let's go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. So let's see. What would be a good place to go after the Purge? Well, let's get an easy one out of the way. Fantasy Island, D. Fantasy Island was horrible, which kind of sucked because the brothers, I don't know if you watched it, but there's a pair of characters that are brothers, and they're both really funny actors. One is a Asian American comedian, really short guy. I cannot remember his name right now. And then the other guy is this I can't remember his name either, but he's been in a few kind of horror comedy deals, like
Jimmy
Fantasy
Yang?
Island is... Jimmy Yang, yes, Jimmy Yang.
Jimmy from fucking.
Yeah. So, super funny stand-up guy. He's one of the brothers, and then the other brother, they're adopted brothers, but they're it was fun. It was fun. Everything to do with them, I thought was fine, but the whole movie, the movie as a whole, is just terrible.
Yeah, Jin Yang, from Silicon Valley. Fuck you, Ehrlich.
All right, so Fantasy Island, D.
I didn't watch it, so
you're fine. All right, let's see. Martyrs. Question: have you seen the original French Martyrs?
I did not. I did not see
that.
Either.
That is one of the movies that I probably will make a list about one day, that everyone needs to watch once, and then everyone needs to never watch it again. It's French Extremity. New French Extremity is like the movement that Martyrs was a part of. And you got High Tension in there. You've got Inside. Extremely just extreme. It's extreme. It's just a very hard to forget movie. And for some absolutely unknown reason, Blumhouse remade it, and it's very American, and it just loses everything that the original had. I don't think it's a bad movie per se, but when you remake a movie, you have to know it's going to be held up against the other one, especially because the other one's only maybe 15 years old. So Martyrs, yeah, D. Sorry, Martyrs.
Is it like record or like rec like made?
No,
For...
no. The plot of it is, it's kind of, so there's this like group of people who believe that you can transcend into a purer state of mind, like your mind will actually transcend if you're subjected to enough pain.
Oh, okay. Oh, and I more so meant like, did they get the same treatment like it was remade for American audience, like Record is to Quarantine?
Oh, like a rec. Okay, yeah. Yeah, basically, like rec with I can't, Jennifer something, the American rec was almost shot for shot of the original, and Martyrs really isn't, but yeah, it's basically like that. Or let's say District B13 versus Brick Mansions, which District B13 is one of my favorite French action movies, and then Brick Mansions was one with the blonde guy from Fast and Furious. Died in a car wreck.
Oh, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yeah. So they remade that, and it was basically shot for shot, and somehow just worse. Okay. It even had David Bell in it. But anyway, off topic. Martyrs was a bummer. I didn't even want to watch it, but yeah. Okay. How about Unfriended?
Unfriended. Oh my God, this one.
Mm-hmm.
I have an aversion to teenage angst, and like teenagers just piss me the hell off because there's some subversion there, or there's some like deep seated thought where like I'm like, oh God, I was this stupid, so this reminds me of how dumb I was.
That's exactly why I hate teenagers. It's because I knew I was exactly like them.
I used to be so angsty, and I'm just like, dude, you just need to chill. It's gonna be fine. I guarantee you, this is not as big as a deal as you think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I hate teenage like backlash, because I'm just like, why? What's the point? It is
so, letter grade
for
Unfriended.
Letter grade for Unfriended. Because I hate myself so much, I'm just gonna put it in D.
Damn, really? Really? Okay. I actually think Unfriended is a B to me. Should we compromise and put it in C, maybe? Average out.
I mean, if you want, like, I'm making my own list, and you can stick to yours, and then at the end we can compare. But like, okay, didn't see this, didn't see that. That's on my top 10 for the end. Like, okay,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Unfriended.
I mean, it was, it's very teeny, but the thing is, and this is going to sound probably pretty bad, but I really like it when teenagers are angsty and then die.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah. I'll give it that much, because you know why? I actually finished. You get to watch him die, and I actually finished this movie. I didn't finish Black Adam. I was like, I've seen enough. I don't need to finish this movie. Thank you.
Oh, goodbye. I never even started.
Don't. It's just.
It's really bad, huh?
It's not any worse than the other DC movies. It's about even there. But I'm just like, I've seen enough of this crap. I don't need to see where this goes. No, thank you.
Well, Shazam is DC, right?
Shazam is actually the one decent one out of those. So
Shazam was freaking great.
Yeah,
I love Shazam.
I enjoyed Shazam.
Are you a fan of Chuck?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I enjoyed it so much. It's because it was Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Unfriended for you is D, but you did finish it, and you like to watch the angsty teens die.
And for that reason, you know what? You're right. I'll put it in C.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'll put it in C.
We'll go up into C. That's
Where is it on your list?
Bottom row. Bottom row for mine.
Unfriended. There we go. Okay, C.
So how about Unfriended Dark Web? Did you ever watch that one?
You think I would watch a follow-up to that?
I don't know. It wasn't teens. It's hipsters now. Adult hipsters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so for dark web, for me, unfriended dark web, I actually thought it was better than the original Unfriended, because the original Unfriended didn't do anything to me emotionally. Like, it was just a movie. It was 90 minutes of entertainment. But dark web actually, I think, had a pretty interesting story and really conveyed this kind of helplessness about, like, when you're dealing with these elite freakazoid scary internet people. So I don't know,
I mean, you said they're hipsters. What kind of plot is there? Just, I mean, hipsters unfriend each other by not talking to each other. That's about it.
No, it's an external force, basically.
Yeah.
Going after. It's a C. It's a C. Who am I kidding? It's a C.
I'm just talking shit to get a rise out of people. I didn't bother watching it, but I can see this one kind of triggering me because I know too much about what people are capable of on the internet. So I was like, that's why, man. Don't talk shit. Just go about your day. Just be cool. But of course, this is going to be published, so don't at me.
They don't know you. So
you should put a voice modulator on mine.
Yeah.
I really like the first Purge. I think the first Purge is about a bee.
That's how I should record all my videos.
Oh, I mean, it's a gimmick. So
there are 6 movies that you would really like to watch during Halloween season.
All right, let's do Insidious series. 4 Insidious movies.
Okay.
Insidious 1. What is the rating?
Insidious 1. Is that the one with the cover with a kid in front of the house?
Yes.
Okay, so let me think about. All right, walk me through what the plots of these were. So Insidious 1.
Okay, so Insidious 1, you find out that this kid is able to astral project. That's basically the whole deal. And the thing about that is, when you astral project, it's your actual soul and consciousness leaving your body, which leaves your body unattended. And that can attract other spirits who want to inhabit it. And so there's a bunch of different spirits kind of circling this one, but there's this one really bad one, an inhuman spirit. So here's...
Is the first one the one with the scene with the demon? We already have
the jump scare, like the jump scare of the year year? Yes. Yes, it was. So you bring up exactly what I was going to talk about. I think that Insidious 1, it's somewhere hovering between A and B for me. But the fact that jump scare actually made it onto Shudder's 101 scariest moments in horror history. It's very iconic. And what it did was it showed you that even during the day you're not safe, because that scene took place in broad daylight.
Yeah.
So, since I'm like, for the original Insidious, I waver between A and B just because of that one iconic jump scare. It's A for me.
That's where I put it. Yeah.
Cool. Now, Insidious 2, I thought sucked large. I thought Insidious 2 was terrible. Not so terrible to go down with Martyrs and Fantasy Island, so it's a C, but I did not feel the need that Insidious 1 story, like, I didn't feel like it needed to continue, and especially not in such a strange way. It was pretty bleh for me.
I know I watched it. I know that, but can I remember it? And
so at the end of Insidious came out in like 2010, so I'm not worried about spoiling it. At the end of Insidious, the demon is like defeated or dissuaded or whatever, but the other spirit, this weird cross-dresser kind of spirit, inhabits the father. And the father kills Lin Shaye, the psychic.
Oh, yeah.
And so Insidious 2 is basically the father in the spirit world trying to give signs to his family that the person in his body isn't really him and all that stuff. And it's just really uncompelling. Not to mention not scary at all. And coming from Insidious 1, which kind of shits the bed at the end, if you ask me, because the demon is just such a goofy-looking motherfucker. But coming off of that lead-up, like the first 80% of Insidious is really solid. And Insidious 2 just sucked.
Oh, this is the one with the witch-looking...
Mm-hmm.
The cross-dresser. The witch-looking cross-dresser.
Yeah. Which is one of the spirits haunting the son in the first movie. So it's like, it's a direct continuation. It's just not very good.
I had no idea it was known as a cross-dresser. I was like, or they were known as a cross-dresser, rather.
Oh, is that actually what they're credited as?
I looked up a picture here, and it's like, cross-dressing demon. I was like, what? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, it's not a demon, it's a human. So maybe that article doesn't...
I mean, it's the internet, right? It's always right.
Yep.
So,
internet's always right.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's a C.
For me... Yeah, for me, it's a C.
Cool. Insidious 3, though. Insidious 3... takes place before either of the other ones and follows arguably the best character in the movie, Lin Shaye, the psychic. And 3 has some really creepy shit in it.
Oh,
that
the wheezing demon, yes.
Yes, the wheezing demon.
This gives me
Resident Evil 4 Regenerators?
Yes, just me those vibes. It's like, yeah.
Again, I'm kind of bouncing between A and B for Insidious 3, but since there's no real standout jump scare like there was in 1, I think it's a B. B plus, maybe?
I would agree.
Okay. Now, Insidious: The Last Key. Did you end up watching the 4th one?
I didn't realize there was a 4th one.
So the Last Key actually ends with, and this isn't a super spoiler because you know she's going to survive because she's in the the first movie. Yeah. So it's Lin Shaye gets the call about helping the family. I think Barretts, is that their name? Bennetts? I don't remember. But she gets a call from them for her what will end up being her last job. So it takes place right before that, and it's kind of like her origin story, actually. Even though it takes place after 3, it goes back to her past and how her father abused her for saying, like, she sees things. And really good. I thought it was really good. Insidious Last Key had some very... like gripping the arms of your chair a little tighter while you're waiting for something to come out and scare you moments. I think it's an A. Insidious Last Key was really freaking good.
Okay. I'll add it to the list to check it out for sure.
Okay.
I don't remember watching it, to be honest with you, but yeah.
I don't remember when it came out. I don't remember what its release year is. Obviously, it's the most recent one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, so.
Since we're basically going through things that are that are a Blumhouse series or in a series that happen to be produced by Blumhouse, let's do Halloween. So Halloween 2018, for me, given its context, given the fact that Halloween 1, 78? Halloween 1 is the only thing that's happened, and this is a 40 years later sequel. Halloween 2018 is absolutely an S for me.
Rob Zombie, who?
Right. Right. So, Halloween 2018, S. Do we feel this?
Halloween 2018. It was a return to form for me. I very much enjoyed it. I was like, let's go. The way it ended, not the movie, the series, not so much. But
well, we'll get to that. Let's not hold that against Halloween 2018, though.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right.
So, speaking of that, so what are you? Are you an S on that one?
I put it in S, yeah.
All right, cool.
I very much
Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills.
Now, bear with me.
Okay.
Halloween Kills.
Okay.
Halloween Kills was, as a whole, pretty bad because of how it ended. With it, like, returning to this, Michael Myers is this invincible thing that, like, 25 people stomp on him in the middle of a street for 7 minutes straight, and he just gets up and murders them all and then walks away.
It's like...
But I try not to... What's that? Go ahead.
It's like, I've seen this play out before. This doesn't end well for any of you. Like, what are you doing?
Well... It wasn't so much that they were doing it that upset me. It's the fact that he actually got up. Like, I think they shouldn't have done that. It was just so... It was so reminiscent of, fucking Curse of Thorn and all this. Like, it's actually something different. It's not just that he is the embodiment of human evil. He's actually got something else, something magical or something... pagan going on in him or whatever. It alluded to that and it sunk my heart. And so Halloween Kills, up until that point, I actually was probably at a C, and then it dropped it down to a D for Halloween Kills. But this is the bear with me part. Little John and Big John are worth one letter grade.
I was going to say, I was like, ooh, that's low, but I was going to say... hey,
Little John and Big John are worth one letter grade, so Halloween Kills is a C for me.
Oh my god. I love those two.
Speaking of those two, though, speaking of Little John and Big John, I think it's insane that people were up in arms about them dying. Like, because they were a gay couple and they died, and they were like, "Oh, of course they killed the gay couple." It's like, dude, he killed everyone. If he didn't kill the gay couple, that would be a much bigger problem. So anyway, and also representation. They're solid representation. I don't care what you are or what you identify as. That relationship is relationship goals.
Absolutely. Like for a while, like my fiance, I would call out like, "Hey, Big John," and then she's like, "I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it." I'm like, "Come on."
I think it's adorable that she's Big John.
Yeah. I was like, "Hey, Big John." I was like, all right, Little John.
Hey, Big John. Yeah, Little John. Oh man. So yeah, Big John and Little John are worth a letter grade. Absolutely for me. So Halloween Kills is a C, but I think we can all agree that Halloween Ends is a D, right?
Halloween Ends is definitely D, yeah. Like, yeah. It didn't need to go that far. And also, I felt like, speaking of the series as a whole, I feel like they were made out of order. Like, in Halloween Ends, just like, yeah, I'm ready to live my life. I know he's not dead, but also, like, yeah, we can... So I was like, I feel like, and then like, and then you pull me back in, right? I feel like that should have been like the plot for like the second one or something. I don't know. Who knows?
I feel you there. And also Halloween Kills had that really weird scene where nobody actually knows what Michael Myers looks like, so they kill some other random mental patient who escaped too.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to feel bad about it.
Yeah,
like they're like, "Oh no, it was an innocent life." It's like, dude, if he was locked up with Michael Myers, he probably wasn't a great guy.
Yeah, he's probably shit.
Crazy or not. So anyway, okay. Well, let's see. You know what? You pick the next one.
The next one. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, should we get right to it?
You think you can get out? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Should we get right to the Jordan Peele movies, the Monkey Paw Productions?
Uh-huh. Okay, so, I mean, Get Out is an S, and I'll fight you.
I'm not going to fight you on that. Get Out is an
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Get Out
It took a while for me to
S.
watch it because I heard about it and I knew about it. Okay, cool. No, yeah, I get it, whatever.
Was it spoiled for you though?
Yes,
Did you
I
damn.
knew it. I knew
that
it.
is not fucking cool, guys.
I knew it going into it. I was like, okay, when did this happen? How did this happen? Like, oh, okay. And by the end of it, I was like, I'm kind of mad that this was spoiled for me because I guarantee you this would have been better. Like,
you were robbed of an amazing experience.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Not a wasted moment of screen time telling that narrative. It was
so good.
There was no filler. There was no bullshit. It was great.
Yeah, I agree.
So, second Monkey Paw, Us, and I'm not seeing it here. Hang on.
I don't think
I want to make sure
I don't see the picture
I
of the shears, the scissors.
Right. Oh my god. Wait. Oh no, it's not in my files. Oh, the humanity.
I mean, we'll just edit it in post-production. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Us then. Obviously a huge letdown when compared to Get Out, but trying to look at it as its own thing, which it clearly is. Man, I don't know. What do you think for Us?
I like it. I enjoyed it. Left a little confused, but I didn't care.
Okay. That's so yeah. So A probably, right?
I would I would put it on A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I think that it's another one of those movies like what was I saying? Like I like it when like Happy Death Day 2. I was a little hesitant when it said that when it started to show, okay, so this is how the time loop came about. And I was like, no, I don't want to know that. I like it just being this unknown thing that's happening to her. When they tried to explain Us with this, it was a government program, and somehow there are these doppelgangers. I really wish it would have just stayed anonymous. Like, underground is where they live. Yes, Chud was one of the actually, you know, at the beginning of Us, when it zooms in on that TV, you see Jordan Peele's inspiration movies in like VHS form next to the TV, and so it was Chud and a couple I can't remember, but it's just that it's that human fear that there's something under the ground, you know, and they should have just left it like, for some reason, these doppelgangers exist, and in this moment, they have decided to come take their rightful place, what they believe to be their rightful place up on the Earth proper. And because the explanation they gave us was just so flaccid and blech. It would have been honestly, if they kept it anonymous, it would have been an S for me. But yeah, definitely Us, A.
Yeah.
It was I've watched it multiple times, and I think if I've ever put myself through something multiple times, it definitely wasn't something I didn't enjoy.
I love Lupita.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nyong'o?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? Oh yeah. Have you seen Little Monsters?
Wait. Oh, she's in Little Monsters.
She's the teacher in Little Monsters. Hulu, man, you gotta get it.
What
gotta
the
get
hell?
it. Yeah. Little Monsters is like when I made my list about horror comedies, I was trying to choose between Little Monsters and Cooties, and I chose Cooties just because I think it's a better movie. In general, but they're kind of like the same plot. There's zombies and children, and teachers trying to keep the children safe from the zombies.
Oh, you're talking about the... Oh, I thought you were talking about the one with Fred Savage in it. I was like, what?
No!
I didn't... I was like, when you're talking about zombies, I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah,
I
no.
get it. Right.
No. Little Monsters, I think 2018 movie on Hulu.
Got it.
2018 or 2019, but worth watching. She's just absolute goddess.
I'll peep it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because my people. She speak it as
people.
Yeah. She speak it as you.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think I heard that she I think her family's from stayed a while in Mexico. And she speaks Spanish and yeah.
Very cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, her
okay.
She was named Lupita because she was born in Mexico. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all. I'm a filmography kind of guy. I don't really look too much into what they've done outside of movies. Like, is it about a movie? Then I don't care.
And then what is it? In Wakanda Forever, she speaks perfect Spanish there. And I'm like 10 out of 10. Yes.
That's awesome. 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, Creep. Did you watch Mark Duplass's Creep? His horror film directorial debut.
I didn't. No. I didn't watch this.
No?
Oh, wow.
Never watched Creep. I think they're both on Netflix. I would add Creep and Creep 2 to your watch list.
Mark Duplass,
Creep,
eh? Huh.
Yeah, Mark Duplass, another comedian gun horror director. Obviously, probably most famous thing he's ever been in is The League. And it's not the first horror movie he's been in. I believe The Lazarus Project, The Lazarus Effect. The Lazarus Project is a different movie. The Lazarus Effect came out, I think, in 2010, and Creep was slightly thereafter. I don't remember exactly, but he's been in a couple horror movies lately.
Sure.
I think Creep, it has a huge cult following. So it might make people mad that I'm not putting it in S, but it's definitely an A. It's a solid A. And Creep 2, I went in with low expectations because I was like, how could they possibly outdo what they did in the first one? And they didn't outdo it, but they certainly matched it. So Creep and Creep 2, absolutely A-rank movies. All right. Anything catching your eye down there? Anything you've seen?
Let me see. I was like, oh, what about Nope?
Oh, right. We didn't do Nope. Sorry. Nope was like a C.
No. Okay, so let me preface this conversation with aliens terrify me to know it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
Fire in the sky.
Background on me, Fire in the Sky. Scared, that and E.T. Oh my god, scariest movies I've ever seen. There's no.
E.T. scared you?
E.T. terrified me. So I was a little kid.
Okay. Yeah.
And for some reason, my mom thought I liked E.T. So she bought me the movie, she bought me a toy and all that crap, and I'm like, no, I don't like this. And for some reason, that stuck with my family. So when we went to Universal Studios as I was a kid, there was the E.T. ride. I was kicking and screaming throughout the whole thing. My aunt and uncle were so embarrassed. I was like, you guys, this is not a thing. Take me off of this ride. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, very dramatic.
That's wild. And then Fire in the Sky, obviously the abduction scene.
Holy crap, the abduction scene.
So, I'm surprised we haven't talked about this at this point, actually. But when I was very young, I want to say probably 8, maybe, I used to do this thing where my dad would watch movie. Well, he'd fall asleep in his chair and movies would play in front of him. I would sneak out into the hallway and watch whatever was on the TV. And one such thing one night was Fire in the Sky. And it was the abduction scene. that was what I walked out to. That's what I saw. And that's what I went back into my bed and didn't sleep after. Because that scene, and I've shown it to people before, people who haven't seen Fire in the Sky, and they're like, dude, you watch horror movies. This is tame as hell. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's goddamn terrifying.
That's why. Like, if I don't think I've ever rewatched it as an adult, but like, I swear to God,
I haven't. I won't watch it. I won't watch it.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm with it. Like, that's like, I don't want, like, no, because all I think about is that very, very fearful moment as I was a kid, like, and me being a kid and waking up in the middle of the night and like everything's dark and me watching that. I'm like, this is not cool, guys.
There's no getting past it.
Yeah.
I have never seen Fire in the Sky in its entirety, ever. And I never will. Which is funny because it's actually a drama from what I remember. That scene is the scariest thing that happens. The drama is about like people not believing that he was abducted or whatever. I don't know, obviously. I only know what I've read and heard because I haven't seen the movie. And I won't watch it.
Same. I don't fuck with it.
So anyway, Nope. You're scared of aliens. Aliens are scary.
I am scared of aliens.
There's a movie on this list later that I was going to suggest. Yes. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Of course I've seen it.
Dude, Dark Skies. S.
Yes. Well, let's put that there now. As much as I hate it. Yeah.
Dark Skies scares the shit out of me. Dark Skies is so intense. And Kerry Russell is obviously wonderful, and she's in it.
Kerry Russell, yeah.
Yeah. Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Nope. We got Dark Skies. Nope.
Is Nope on here, or is it actually a Blumhouse? I don't know if that's...
No, Nope is a Blumhouse, and it is on here. It's just the way the image is cropped. You can't see the name. It's a blue image of a horse being lifted into the air.
Right, yeah, okay. So
that's Nope right here.
Back to Nope. I will give it it had so much potential.
Oh god, so much squandered potential specifically.
I came out of that movie just feeling angry. Of course, because I'm entitled just like everybody else is. But I'm gonna put it in D just because I'm like, because I can.
Dang.
So yeah, so putting the frame my frame of reference. I went in. I hate E.T. I hate the specific scene in Fire in the Sky, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch this movie. It's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna deal with it, and it's gonna be good. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna deal with it, right? I'm like, oh, that was it, and okay.
That was dumb.
Okay, so I got hyped up. You know, I try to hype myself up for like no apparent reason. Like this is dumb. Okay, so more so critique on my own thinking. Do with that what you will. But
I'm with you. So basically, I'd say every half hour this movie went on. Well, no, that's not quite fair. After the first 45 minutes, every certain period of time that the movie went on, it lost a letter grade for me because it starts out really damn strong. For one, Daniel Kaluuya, who was in Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead in Get Out. Great, awesome. He plays a really kind of understated, beaten down almost kind of guy, which goes with his character in the movie. And then Keke Palmer, who's Black Icon, absolutely. She kind of balances him out with her over the top, promoting her side hustles and all that stuff. And it started out really cool because it gave me some information that I looked up immediately while watching it, which was that the first moving picture was a black man on a horse. And I didn't know that. The first movie ever was a black man on a horse, and that's really cool. That's cool knowledge to have. And leave it to Jordan Peele to work that in. And it started so promising. And it taught me new information, and it had some alien mystery about it. And then as it went on, as you learned what was going on, and as oh man, Stephen Yuen? From Mayhem
Steven Yeun?
and
Yeah.
Is it Yun? Oh, okay. From Mayhem, Walking Dead. He's also working himself into being a Scream King. Sorry, it's a term I'm trying to get started. His whole enigmatic part in it, I just would have been, I can't spoil it because it's 2022. It's too new to spoil, but
yeah.
the nature of the extraterrestrial was a disappointing reality or revelation.
What it came to be was there's a porn Google, and I mumble there because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, it just ended up being a pretty big disappointment. I didn't think it was a D. I was going to go Get Out S, Us A, and then it as a B. But you apparently have some strong feelings.
I'm big mad.
Big mad.
I mean, because I love Kiki and Daniel. Like, you can totally tell they're brother and sister because one's like they're opposites, right? One's like over the top, the other one's like, yo, you need to chill. Stop being so
great.
Great
casting, great chemistry.
Stop being so much, kind of thing. And they were great. And then I was like, okay. And then the way it started was great. And then I think it's just I'm more angry with the film than it's my own. It's my own shit to deal with. But yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, let's see. You put it in D. That's a strong. I'm gonna go with B for mine. I think Get Out is S, Us is A, and then Nope was a B. It was okay. You could probably, if you continued to shit on it in front of me, I might bump it down to a C.
I don't hate it that much. It's just I just felt like it was like a crap. Okay.
All right. Okay. So we did the monkey paw. So coming out at I think it was the same week because I remember I was so excited when the pandemic shut everything down because new releases were coming out on streaming.
Yeah.
And I was more than happy to pay $20 to watch a brand new movie alone than pay $10 to watch it in a room full of a bunch of fart machines that were loud. People is what I. Anyway, so along with The Hunt, another Blumhouse movie that came out 2020, early 2020, The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man.
Did you watch The Invisible Man?
I did watch The Invisible Man. I did.
So, Elizabeth Moss, obviously, very big right now because of Handmaid's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her before she was cool. I remember her as the daughter, one of the first daughters in The West Wing.
Oh!
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. So anyway, I have liked her for a very, very long time. And I mean, Invisible Man is an S for me. It was so good. It's so creepy. And usually movies where the bad guy is just a person, I'm pretty indifferent about. I generally stay away from movies where the bad guy is just human. Because I can watch that on the news. But this one took it a little bit further, and it was that classic Universal monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes the classic Universal Invisible Man and brings it into 2020. I loved it. Thoughts? Feelings?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was a solid watch. I very much, not strong about it. Like I mean, not S because Elizabeth Moss is great. But I mean, I'd say A. I enjoyed it.
A? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not budging, sir. I'm putting it in S. I will not
You
budge.
can do as you damn well please.
I will do as what damn well please. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, it took me a minute for me to get up to watching that. I remember I was like, yes, I want to check it out because of course, like this one doesn't actually have Kevin Bacon in it, so.
Ha! Well, that's the Hollow Man.
Yeah. Well, same but different.
Just hate Kevin Bacon. So crazy. Just hate his face, huh? So, okay, well, we're talking about Kevin Bacon. So how about You Should Have Left? Did you watch that one?
I didn't watch that.
Okay. I did, obviously. So, I would say You Should Have Left, probably.
You should have left this off the list. Hey yo. Just kidding.
It's.
I mean,
I have like this hovering. I'm between B and C, but just because of Amanda Seyfried. Amanda Seyfried is in it, and I like Amanda Seyfried. So I'm allowing it to go into B.
okay.
You're like Kevin Bacon. F minus. So we got another Kevin Bacon one here. They, them. Them was one of the ones I avoided until I decided to make this list because I didn't think I would like it. And usually, what's it about?
Yes. I didn't know this was a thing.
Sorry, I thought you were joking because of that text I sent you where I was like, I don't understand anything that's going on.
Oh, this is the one you were texting me about.
Yes! This is the one that I
don't know if this is
how
trying
to
to be fucking serious or this is a commentary on things or what the hell is this?
That's exactly so I'm not nearly social enough, either online or in person, to know to like be able to speak with confidence to what this movie is trying to say. Like it genuinely, in my eyes, it could be a very eye-opening, respectful portrayal of people who are like forced to go to conversion camps, or it could be a really just ham-handed exploitation bad thing. I can't tell the difference, so I'm not going to speak to that. I'm just going to speak to it as what it is, which is essentially a slasher. And for me, as a slasher, not taking into account any social commentary because it's commentary that I don't think I have the knowledge base to speak to, it's a D. Like, I feel like a certain character is robbed of some growth that they should have been allotted, and if they would have done something. Again, brand new movie, like 2022, end of or mid to late 2022. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to spoil it. Peacock Original, which I think is the only one on here. Although Peacock does get a lot of Blumhouse movies early, like they got Firestarter early, and but anyway, it's a D. If this lead character would have been allotted the agency to do a certain thing that gets done for them near the end, mm-hmm. I think it would have bumped up to a C. So it definitely wasn't as bad as people are saying it is. People think this movie was just absolutely crap on a cracker. And I didn't think so. It was actually, for the first half, while I was trying to figure out what exactly was going on, it was relatively engaging. And, Peacock's $5 a month, so if you pay for it, you might as well just watch it.
That's right.
Did you watch Firestarter?
I did not watch Firestarter because somebody told me, I forget who it was. I think it was
everybody.
You. Yeah,
everybody said it was
the
bad.
internet was like, this so much potential, but like this did not need to get made.
I didn't think it was as bad as everyone on the internet says it is. Uh-huh. I thought that there were some really weirdly tone deaf moments, because if you've seen the original Firestarter, like the love between the father and daughter is so like brutally strong, and that's written in, but a lot of times between Zac Efron and I don't remember the actor's name who plays Charlie, it doesn't come across. The writing, it's supposed to be there, but the chemistry was off. But I actually, the ending sequence of Firestarter bumped it up a letter grade for me, so I'm actually going to put it at a C.
Okay.
The internet would have you believe it's D or F, but
well, yeah.
I think it was a C. It was okay. It didn't need to be made, but there were certain sequences that I thought were really well filmed, really well acted, and the ending was very cool. Okay. Let's see. Green Inferno. Eli Roth. Green Inferno. Did you watch it? Cannibals eating a bunch of white people?
I did not. Oh.
Okay. D. It was, something was missing. I don't know what it is, but it was a D. It was a D.
Eli Roth. Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Eli Roth made a D.
I guess everybody gets one, right?
Everybody gets one. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Did you watch the Black Christmas remake?
No. What the hell?
Good. D. D is starting to get filled up. So D now has it's jumped down to its second line in the. I'm not quite full screen on it, so it's jumped down to its second line now. We've got a big fat D, if you will, right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else have you? What maybe have you seen? Did you watch Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare? I go. Oh no, I haven't.
No. Okay, not to be confused with. I think it actually came out before. Truth or Dare, I think, was 2018. And I think in 2015 there was another Truth or Dare, which has our boy Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows in it.
Oh, fucking guy.
Much worse movie than the Blumhouse one. But if you like Guillermo, if you can't get enough of Guillermo, yeah.
I recently saw.
He's there for you.
I recently saw what is it, Puss in Boots movie. Enjoyed it. It was good. I liked it.
I have not seen. I honestly, I don't think I've seen any Shrek since Shrek 2.
Neither have I. I got shit from my fiance because she's like, "You haven't seen any of this." I was like, "No, I know what they're about. I get it, but I haven't seen them." So, but you know, if it's anything like Puss in Boots,
still Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Harvey Guillon, which is Guillermo. He plays. He's in that. Antonio's in that, and
Wait, does he play the little dog?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so him.
Yeah.
That's so him.
Yeah, and
and
Salma Hayek's in it too.
Yeah. Salma Hayek's is Kitty Softpaws.
Yes, La Reina.
So I do wait. What movie was Kitty Softpaws in?
I don't know.
At first, was it Shrek 2? It wasn't Shrek 2. So maybe I have seen more Shrek because I do remember Kitty Softpaws. But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I didn't know that Guillermo was in there as the Chihuahua.
Yeah, he's pretty endearing in it. It's pretty good.
I love kids movies. Like I frequently will watch. I watched
Encanto.
Not Encanto. Yes, Encanto. I watched that recently.
Here is a controversial take. Here is a controversial take about Encanto.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I didn't care about it.
Didn't care about it.
I didn't care about Encanto. It just didn't hit me in the feels. You know.
It is kind of not easily related to for anyone.
I mean,
Aside from the like,
I'm Mexican,
everybody's
so.
well, no. Like Coco made me cry.
Coco, it still makes me cry. It's about to make me cry right now. Like if you're talking about it, but like,
I've seen Coco 5 times, and actually, I watched it with our dear friend Christy. She hadn't seen it, and one time she was visiting, and I was cooking dinner, and I was like, "You haven't seen Coco? We're watching Coco." And then in the scene where, God, I don't remember what it was. Shit. So I was making stir fry, and I don't know why that's relevant. It's not actually. There was this thing, and she just was like watching it like a normal person, like. Yes, this movie is fine. And I started explaining it to her, like, don't you understand? It's da-da-da-da-da-da. It's so goddamn sweet, I'm gonna die. I think it was at the very end. It was just like, she's forgetting him. She's forgetting him. So, I don't think it's not like you're Mexican, so you should like Encanto. I mean like
that's what the internet told me, so, you know.
Oh, okay. The plot of Encanto is just it doesn't leave a whole lot of room to associate to it.
I like the characters, yeah, but you're right. Actually, like I didn't care about the plot too much. I was like,
yeah. It's like, okay, so there are these people who live in like this magic house, and everybody gets a gift, and you're supposed to it's Rosa, right? Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine plays the lead, and you're supposed to associate with her because she doesn't have a gift, and oh man, maybe not everybody gets a gift. But yeah, you're right. It was pretty bland.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it had an all-star cast.
Encanto, D.
And it's got Diane Guerrero in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Tudyk, Alan Tudyk.
Wait, really? Who did he play?
Apparently, he played Pico.
The guy in the walls? I don't remember the names. I only watched it the one time.
Pico is the toucan.
Wow, I don't even remember a toucan. Well, D. Definitely a D for Encanto.
Not your best work, Alan.
Unmemorable. Yeah, seriously. I love Alan Tudyk. Did you ever watch Powerless?
That sounds so familiar.
It was Alan Tudyk as Bruce Wayne's cousin. It's in the DC universe. It was a TV show. Alan Tudyk is Bruce Wayne's cousin, and oh God, I'm blanking on her name. I think she was a Disney kid.
No
She
say.
plays the new the guy who plays the autistic, yeah. I keep wanting to say Selena Gomez because for some
Vanessa
reason
Hudgens.
I get them confused. Vanessa Hudgens, yes.
Ron Funches.
I don't know
is
why
too.
I get them
Ron
confused.
Funches. Yeah, Ron Funches is hilarious.
Yes. Wait, is Ron? Is that the guy from Community?
No. You're thinking of Abed.
Abed.
No,
Abed.
That's not Ron Funches.
Abed is in Powerless too. Oh.
Ron Funches is
And
yeah.
Oh, and that really. Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Oh yeah, I did.
So, Tom's the woman that Tom ends up with, the Latina. I can't remember her name. She plays a superhero in Powerless.
Natalie Morales.
Maybe.
Fury. Oh yes, because
Yeah. Green Fury.
Yeah. Natalie Morales, and yeah, because Tom. Yeah.
I was genuinely upset when Powerless didn't get a season 2 because I thought it was great. I thought it was adorable. I loved it. Imagine if Community didn't get a season 2 or any others after. That's how I felt.
That's some bullshit.
We're so off topic. What the fuck
We went
are we
way
doing?
off topic. Sorry.
Well, what was the last one I did? Black Christmas or Firestarter?
Yeah. I remember talking about Firestarter. Haven't seen it. Black Christmas.
Yeah, we got those.
You know what I have seen? Split.
Yes. Okay. What about Split? So, real quick fact about Split. That was our dear Anya Taylor-Joy's foray into the horror, pseudo-horror sphere going. She's made The Menu. She's been in The New Mutants, which was technically a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Love Anya Taylor-Joy.
Didn't come out to be that way, but, you know.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Split?
Split. I'm split on this one. Heyo. I enjoyed it. The sequel to Unbreakable, if you will.
Unbreakable, yep.
Right?
Basically, yeah. An in-universe offshoot, maybe?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every performance in this. I'm trying to remember. I remember watching it in theaters, and not being angry or upset or annoyed. I was like, that was cool. I like that. McAvoy's performance in it.
I think that McAvoy did amazingly with what he was given to work with, but I think what he was given to work with was really weird and kind of dumb.
Makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Weirdly, yes.
Okay.
I put it at a B.
Okay. I can agree with B for Split.
Because I remember there being some things that I'm like, this doesn't really sit too well.
Yeah. Solo, I would have put it at a C, but I think that you always think differently when there are other people around. That's why it's dangerous to live on top of a mountain alone. So, yes.
Send help.
B, send help. My mind won't let me go outside. Yeah, C. Or, sorry, B. Yes, B. B is good. B is good. Now, let's see.
What about The Visit?
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay. Let me say, since we're on Shyamalan, right? We Split with Shyamalan, and The Visit is Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Hahn is a fire hair goddess. I love her, and I love everything that she's in.
Mm-hmm.
And
she can do no wrong.
She can do no wrong, and I think that the brother and sister combo and the casting and the writing for how they interact with each other is splendid.
It was Agatha all along.
And I think the twist, and like I said at the beginning, I don't want to spoil twists, but the twist and the way the twist was received, specifically with how Catherine Hahn directed it to go, or the character that Catherine Hahn plays, The Visit is an S for me. I absolutely loved that movie. I think it was the best thing that Shyamalan has done since Signs.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You don't like it?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I had you all.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. Actually, fun fact, I know what this movie is about. I've never actually seen it. And I know what the twist is. And I was like, as soon as somebody, it's one of those things where like, as soon as somebody ruined it for me, I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. And I guess I'll just watch it when I watch it.
Whoops.
But no, I know. I heard it was highly regarded. So like, I would agree with you. Actually, I will put it on my list of finally.
Yeah, absolutely. You should watch it. Like, even if it's spoiled, I think that. I mean, so. There are certain movies that I don't think anyone ever anyone in this generation, like generation, what are we, Z? What are the Doc? What's the Doc McStuffins generation?
We are millennials.
Yeah, not us. We're
now
awesome and cool.
I think it's Gen Z.
Okay, so I think that like Gen Z never has to watch movies like The Birds or the original Psycho. It's just there are things that are so ingrained in the zeitgeist of.
There's just things that they would never understand. Like
well, it's not even that they would never understand. It's just that they already know. It's like they're born knowing.
Because like we won't shut up. Like so, the millennials won't shut up about it, so they are aware of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And then when it comes time, it's one thing. Like when it comes time for them to watch, for example, what is it? Bruce, damn it! Why am I see
Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense. So when it comes time for them to watch Sixth Sense, they're like, okay, cool, I don't get it. Whatever, that's fine. Because
I don't get it because I came in the moment I was born. I knew that Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense because of the zeitgeist. It's like there are things that are so big. The Birds, Psycho, even Sixth Sense. I think that was a '90s movie, so it's not quite the same. But there are things that they just already know, and they never need to watch it because if they did watch it, they would think, "Wow, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is really bad looking.
Yeah.
I don't like this because it's bad looking." And I'm not any better. Like there are some movies that I just, oh man, what's a hot take movie that?
Oh man, because it's the same for us though. Really,
it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it is the same for us. The Godfather for me personally. I think The Godfather is boring as fuck. I don't like it. And I didn't like the book either.
I didn't care for it. I didn't read the book. I didn't even touch the fucking book.
The book is kind of funny because there's this one character who's like, his dick is so big that his wife lets him cheat on her so she doesn't fuck her with it. I don't remember what his character's name is, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, she knows he's cheating and she's fine with it because she doesn't want to take that huge old penis.
What a problem to have.
What a problem to have. Real knee bruising.
Oh, man.
And also, it's like, not only do you have a huge penis, but your wife is cool with you fucking other people.
That's cool.
Oh, man. I don't remember what his name was. I think it started with a D. But anyway... What did we just talk about? Split, I think? Split, just like that guy's wife with the huge penis.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Or lack thereof. She's not getting split.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Yeah. His mistress is getting split. Get split. Oh, you know what? We started talking about Truth or Dare. And that's where Guillermo came up, and you said you haven't seen it. I really like Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare. It's an A. I think that it's got a real. It's not teen angst. It's not angst at all. Actually, these are a bunch of like college age people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's solidly written and solidly creepy. So basically when the demon takes over a person to issue the challenge of Truth or Dare,
it gets this. In it? No, I like that.
Yes. Oh, Truth or Dare is a must watch. Add it to your list, please.
Okay.
It like possesses people, but not really. It more alters the perception of the person that it's appearing to.
Oh.
To appear that it's possessing somebody, and it gets this really creepy, preternaturally wide smile, and it's really, really creepy imagery. And also the characters, I don't really hate the characters. You know, usually in horror movies, you're like, I can't wait for you to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only one person like that, and he gets it really early on. So, and also a good demon plot. Like so many times the demon plot it's inherited from family or whatever, like these real cop-out demon plot devices. This one is genuinely interesting. Like the fact that it's Truth or Dare isn't just some kitschy thing. It's actually got a basis for the origin. Very cool. I liked it. Truth or Dare. A. Definitely watch it if you haven't.
Ah, cool. Add it to the list. Nice.
Now, you mentioned The Darkness. You saw The Darkness on the list, and you said you didn't know it was Blumhouse. So you've seen it?
The Darkness.
The Darkness. With your boy Kevin Bacon?
That's one I have, actually. Is that the one with the fucking tooth fairy?
What? No. You're thinking of Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls. Oh, I'm an
Darkness
idiot.
Falls is S, man. I love Darkness Falls, but
an
unfortunately
idiot.
it's not Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't seen The Darkness?
No, I definitely haven't watched this. Definitely haven't
Okay.
watched this. Okay.
All right. Well, I think it came out in 2015, maybe 2014.
2016 right here.
Oh, 2016? Okay. Oh, 2016 right here. Okay. Okay. Correct me on the internet. I know where you live.
Actually, actually, sir. 2016.
Actually. Okay, so Darkness 2016. So sorry. I could be one of those guys who argues, well, it was filmed in 2015, but I'm not going to do that.
These fucking guys.
These fucking guys. People might not know this, but I actually haven't been a horror fan my whole life. I started when I was with my ex. I wanted to have like a run-up to Halloween because I always loved Halloween. And I wanted to have a run-up. So from October 1st, we randomly watched a scary movie every night until Halloween, or every night that we were home, at least, because that was back when I used to go out and do karaoke and shit like that. But every night that we were home, we would pick a movie, a scary movie, something that was in the horror genre, and that was back in, I think, 2016 or 17. And we watched 31 or more or less movies leading up to Halloween, but I never stopped, and I kept going until I had seen so much horror that it was the only thing I even wanted to watch anymore. So I'm actually a fairly recent convert. We're talking about 6 or 7 years ago at this point, so recent is, relative, but that, and I'd seen horror movies before, obviously, like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. I'd seen that many years ago. Yes, 10 out of 10. But anyway, so long story short, The Darkness, and I had become aware of Blumhouse because horror is my thing now. So I was like, Blumhouse is the dopest of dope when it comes to horror. Well, also A24, I guess, but neither here nor there. The Darkness was the first disappointing Blumhouse movie I watched. Obviously, we've got a lot of movies in the D column here, but The Darkness was the original D for me because it just didn't hit. It was meh. So yeah, D anyway. Long story short, The Darkness is D. It's the darkness.
A little on the nose, but I'll take it.
Oh man! All right. What? Okay. How about something? I would be surprised if you hadn't at some point seen Lords of Salem. Have you seen Lords of Salem?
Lords of Salem.
Starring Rob Zombie's wife, Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh shit! No, I haven't seen this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. It's so the thing. This is one of the ones that I hadn't seen, and so I watched it within the most recent week or so. Most recent week or so. What's wrong with my mind? I've watched it within the last week or so because I needed to watch everything on Blumhouse's roster, and it plays out pretty solidly. It's I think it's a B. But the thing is, like, the last 18 minutes or so, it plays out fairly normal. It's an interesting, like, oh yes, it's a witch's curse, revenge from the Salem witch burnings and all this stuff. It's stuff we've seen before. And then about 20 minutes away from the end of the movie, it goes full 110% Rob Zombie, which is pretty wild to see. So it definitely, I went in thinking it was just going to be this crazy, like, 31 House of a Thousand Corpses, just the crazy, wild Rob Zombie all the way through. And it held it together right up until the end. And then it just hits you with the craziest shit. And I liked it. I think it's a B.
I'll add it to the must-watch list because I am a fan of Rob Zombie. There was a point in my life where I've seen Rob Zombie and Disturbed were just like touring massively within a few years or something like that. And I've got to say, like, I think I've seen Rob Zombie
not together,
like,
surely, right?
Times. No, correct. Like,
okay. I was like, if they toured together, that would be amazing.
Sometimes they work, but of course that was like Ozfest, that kind of thing.
Music as a weapon, maybe.
Yeah. So like, I've seen Rob Zombie a handful of times and like, enjoyed every single show. So
I like Rob Zombie a lot.
Yeah. I saw The Craft on here, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Immediate S. I was like,
no.
Wait, hold on."
Yeah,
I had to do a little googling because like. Not the original, because
The Craft Legacy.
S+ tier, The Craft. Like,
okay, you know what? I'm actually going to defer to you on this because, believe it or not, I've never seen The Craft.
Man, ooh. I don't know if it holds up, to be honest with you, but honestly, like being a teenager, and watching that
the people. I like the people in it. There's one person in particular that I'm a big fan of.
Sarah Bailey, Nancy Downs.
Oh, Nev Campbell, duh.
Yeah, Nev Campbell.
Like Nev Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Nev Campbell a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen The Craft, so I felt kind of out of place watching The Craft Legacy, and I almost watched The Craft before, but I was, there's only so much time in the day, and I had like so many Blumhouse movies to watch that I hadn't seen yet. I think I had a list of about 12 Blumhouse movies that I hadn't seen because they were either ones I avoided, like Martyrs or They Them, or they were ones that were super brand new, which we actually haven't covered many of the brand new ones yet. But anyway, I didn't have time. I just watched it, and it was fine. But I feel like a strong part of rating The Craft Legacy would be knowing how it relates to and how it holds up against The Craft, which I haven't seen. So I'm just going to give it a default B.
I mean, for ones that I haven't watched, I'm just leaving it out of the list because,
Oh, you're just going to leave them out? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave them out. But like...
Well, but the thing is, I have watched it. I just haven't watched the movie.
Oh, you've watched Legacy.
The Craft. I've watched Legacy. I haven't watched the original.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of gonna... Yeah, I just gonna default to a B. I don't want to piss nobody off. Let's go over some recent Blumhouse, like the last 2022 and 2021. And so it's not technically part of a series per se, but it was all part of Welcome to the Blumhouse on Amazon Prime. Did you watch any of those by chance? 2021 and 2020, I think.
I
there
did
were
not.
7. Okay. I'll go through them real quick then. So first of all, Evil Eye. I need to talk about Evil Eye, and it's the only one that I'm really going to spend a whole lot of time on. Okay, so Evil Eye has Sunita Mani in it. Sunita Mani is from Glow, and she's from a movie called Save Yourselves, I believe, which is about an alien invasion, but not the scary kind. They look like poofs.
Oh, yeah.
But the first thing, I want to tell a story. The first thing that I ever saw Sunita Mani in was the Turn Down for What music video, where she cocks her hips like a shotgun and then sits on a guy's face so hard he falls through the floor.
Holy shit.
And that is how I want to die.
Well, good way to go.
Yes. What a way to go. And I thought it was funny because the David something or other is the guy that she sits on his face so hard that she punches him into the floor next, like downstairs. And he's one of the directors of the music video. I was like, well, that figures. But anyway, so Sunita Mani, Evil Eye. It's one of those movies that kind of brings up some cultural things you might not be totally aware of, like what the Evil Eye is in Indian culture. Mm-hmm. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was like I learned something kind of new. It had one of my favorite actors in it, and it wasn't scary. But it was good. I think Evil Eye for me, we'll put it at an A. And now so we've got the A and the D column now stretching out into second row tier here. Welcome to the Blumhouse. Madres. For some reason, my tongue isn't rolling today. Solid, very solid. Not the typical horror, and definitely not what it starts out to see. It seems like it's going towards.
Oh shit,
seems
that's
like it's
going
going
towards that. Oh shit, I need to watch this one.
It's on Amazon. It's one of the Welcome to the Blumhouse movies, so it'll be on Amazon literally forever. I think A still. Again, honestly, probably most of the Welcome to the Blumhouse ones are going to be A's, but let me go through and refresh my memory. Pretty good. Like I said, it subverted some expectations. You think it's one thing for a while, and then the mystery kind of starts revealing itself to be something else, which is pretty cool. Another one that has a lot of strong cultural I don't know, not influences, but it's like almost an awareness thing. Most of the Blumhouse movies on Amazon are somehow based in trying to show you. It's like spreading awareness for something. Mm-hmm. Like Black as Night. Black as Night is another one. I don't know, but if Black as Night is correct, then it seems like there might still be somewhat of a divide in black culture between like light skin and dark skin, like there used to be way back when. I didn't realize that. That's what this movie alludes to, and if that's true, then that taught me something I didn't know.
Well, I mean, I'm fresh out of an ethnicities class.
You what now?
Like, so, like, what is it about?
Well, it's about vampires,
okay.
But there's a strong, basically, like, the lead character is not happy with the fact that she's light-skinned because she doesn't fit in with white people and she doesn't fit in with black people.
It's a real thing, yeah. Like, it's a real thing in my culture, too.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Like
I knew it was a real thing, but I didn't realize it was so much a real thing in 2020.
The lighter complexion you are, like, the easier it is for you to pass as white.
Just like back in the like Underground Railroad days.
That shit, yeah. Or like, I mean, it's a very real thing. It affects people differently.
I mean, it's not something that I would ever understand, obviously, but that's why I try and be really, like, I'm not just like, oh, that was weird, but I don't know if it's real. So I say, like, if it's real, it taught me something new. But if it's not real, I don't know.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Like I said, the Blumhouse, Welcome to the Blumhouse movies on Amazon really follow this kind of. I just said the word before, and I can't think of it again. It's not like saying woke. Just sounds wrong. I don't like it.
There's a negative connotation to it. You know, it's weird. Yeah.
I'm trying to say. I can't believe I'm not remembering this word. It's spreading knowledge, awareness. It's like an awareness thing, and it's not so beating you over the head with it. Like Evil Eye, Madres, they were still solid, good movies that also included these tones to it that, you know, you might not have been totally aware of. Madres is it's kind of like Black as Night, where there's an American woman, Mexican descent, but American woman, but she doesn't speak Spanish, and she marries a Mexican immigrant whose family and community all speak Spanish, and they prefer to speak Spanish, but she doesn't understand it, and they all kind of like, meh, look down on her about that.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Is that's a real thing too?
That's a real
okay.
thing, yeah, because in Mexican culture, you grow up and you're, because second generation here, so like, no, sorry. What is it? Like, my parents are immigrants, so I'm the first generation here? Or second?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, first generation American, yeah. Mexican American.
So, like, I always get made fun of because my Spanish isn't as good as my siblings. So if I'll trip up on a word, my siblings will pile on, which is, it's you know, it's whatever. I mean, we're all...
Really?
Yeah, like, we'll all make fun of each other and shit like that. But, like, you're never... like... They'll call me fucking Juanito and shit, or like, I was like, this, you've seen me, I'm like complected. I'm like,
yes.
So like,
complected. Yeah. I'm pigmented.
So like, no,
funny.
It's a real thing. I mean, it bothers.
Well, I imagine with like within your family, it's probably different than like you are marrying into this family that thinks that you're like a bad Mexican because you don't speak Spanish. And that's kind of what the movie is. It's like everybody, like, she's just like, what? And they all look at each other and they say stuff in Spanish.
It's brown guilt. It's brown guilt. We're like, oh, you've forgotten your roots, so you're like not as like, you know, you don't know about the struggle. I was like, fuck off. I know about the struggle. All right, it's just some of us. Some of us are a little more attuned to it than others, and like,
yeah, for sure. Well, that's interesting. That's good to know. I mean, like I said, I kind of assume that the movies aren't completely fucking it up because Blumhouse has always been a pretty sensitive company to things like this. Cultural things. Cool. Yeah. So I assumed it was right, but I don't know from personal experience. I actually kind of know, I guess. Like, I'm third gen, or according to what we just said, I'd be second generation Portuguese in American Portuguese. Mm-hmm. And when I will meet people, whoops, I just said my last name. That's not going to work.
You can just bleep it out.
Yeah.
Just bleep it out.
They say, that's Portuguese. And it's like, yeah, I'm Portuguese. Half Portuguese. It's like, do you speak any Portuguese? It's like, no. And there's always like this.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's always this tinge of disappointment. But the thing is, I wouldn't say that just because of the proximity to Mexico with the U.S. and all that stuff, like that drive to hold on to your heritage is probably a lot stronger than it is for people who have come all the way over here. And, you know, again, I'm also second generation, so I've like, my dad doesn't speak Portuguese either. So this year, Nanny. Have you heard anything about Nanny? I assume you probably haven't watched it because it's very recent.
Have not.
Okay, I'm having trouble finding Nanny in there it is. All right, so Nanny is about a Senegal. What would you say someone from Senegal? Senegalian? What is the I don't know. Anyway, an immigrant from Senegal takes a job as a nanny for an extremely well-to-do white couple.
Senegalese? That's what Wikipedia says.
Is it Senegalese?
That's what Wikipedia says.
Okay, Senegalese. Yeah. Okay. So a Senegalese woman takes a job as a nanny for an affluent white couple. Oh, Michelle Monaghan actually plays the mom, and I haven't seen Michelle Monaghan do anything in years. The last thing I remember Michelle Monaghan from is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was 2001. So I don't know what she's been doing, but she's actually been in a couple movies recently. Nanny and another one. Just take my word for it.
I believe you.
So Nanny had a strong... It was another thing. There was some cool cultural information, I guess. These two... They're not so much deities. They're actually specifically not deities because they both issue human beliefs and culture and the gods' culture. They're like these they're like maybe demigods kind of thing. There's a mermaid type deal. It's very, very ethereal and strange. And I gotta admit, this is one of the ones that I missed in 2022. So I watched it very recently, and I only watched it once. And if I had more time, I would have watched it again just to try and kind of piece it together a little bit. I want to say it was good, but the thing is, I don't understand the themes they were alluding to, so I can't say it for sure. It's like the they-them thing, right? Like, I don't know if it's being sensitive or if it's being weird. So, yeah. So, Nanny, I'm gonna put on B. I know Nanny got extraordinarily high reviews. Like, I think it's one of if you look at the Blumhouse Rotten Tomatoes ratings list, I think it's in the top 10, if not 5. But I don't know. It wasn't very scary. There was some pretty powerful imagery in it, but it wasn't super scary, and it genuinely, I just might not have been its audience. So B, solid B. Probably could be convinced to put it in A, maybe even S if somebody explained to me a little more about what was going on in it, but we'll put it in B for now. Okay, welcome to the Blumhouse. Welcome to the Blumhouse. The Lie, starring Joey King. It's not supernatural, and it lets you know it's not supernatural right off the bat. It made me kind of mad just because I was like, I can't believe you've done this to your family, you horrible little child. It's like teenage prank gone wrong kind of thing, but usually in the teenage prank gone wrong, it's other teenagers who suffer because of it, not your actual parents. It really made me mad. Like, I actually like Joey King a lot. I think Joey King's awesome, but it made me hate her actual face.
Recently, what was it? Bullet Train made me hate Joey King.
Joey King's in Bullet Train?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a Netflix one, right?
Akin to Spoken Aces. I got the same vibe. I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad vibe to get.
Yeah.
Smoking Aces was great.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was in there. I know she's in The Princess. I've been really looking forward to watching The Princess, but I let my Hulu lapse, and I need to figure out like why, because the payment method's fine. So I don't know why my Hulu crapped out on me.
They probably had like a price increase, and you didn't agree to it or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe.
But I love Danny Kind, so I'll add this to the list because I love her in Working Moms.
Who and what?
Danny Kind.
Danny Kind. Let me.
From plays Trini in this.
How do you spell Danny? D-A...
Dani. Kind.
Okay.
Kind.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think she's the mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's in Winona Earp. I've been meaning to watch Winona Earp for a long time now, and I just can't seem to... Even though it's got, like, horror connotations to it, like it's about demons or vampires or something. Anyway. I think... Okay, so the reason I'm torn on The Lie is because it made me mad. But what is horror if not something to essentially horrify you? I wasn't horrified, but I was just like, I was emotionally invested, to say the least. So, yeah, I'll give it an A. I'm going to give it an A. I didn't think it was a great movie, and I thought the plot... I was just so mad at her. I was so mad at Joey King for doing this, and that means that I found it believable and impactful. So I'm going to give it an A. I feel like that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, like I like it pisses me off so bad when like characters are just like, God, you're so like, why are you like this?
But it's real.
But it's
real and believable.
Yeah, and like it's like, oh my God.
Okay, you know what? That's actually a perfect segue to one that I've been trying to figure out where I was going to fit it in, and like tonally. Soft and Quiet. Have you heard anything about Soft and Quiet?
Nope.
Nothing, really. Okay. So, let me find it on my list here. Where the hell?
Should be in the third row.
Is it in the third row?
Well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Thank you. Soft and Quiet actually made me physically ill. By words. I actually got nauseated watching this movie. And it was during a conversation. Nothing was happening. There was no violence. There was no... It was just the conversation that was happening in this movie. You know what? I think that... let me do this for you. I'm going to read you, not a synopsis, not a spoiler, anything. I am going to read you it's an R-rated movie, and because it's an R-rated movie, it has, the little box next to the R rating that says what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Why it got the R rating. So, disturbing racial violence, including rape, and pervasive language, including offensive slurs. This movie hits hard. Like, really hard. And in a very believable way. Like, you think maybe your neighbors might be like this. Again, like I said, it was moving so slowly, and it takes place in real time. It's a 90-minute movie that takes place in 90 minutes. It will have you believe that it's a seamless shot, but I am able to see 3 seams specifically where it's obvious, like, they had to switch locations, so there was like a blur on the camera real quick, and it's like, okay, well, that's obviously where they started shooting the new scene. But for the most part, as far as I can tell, it is 3 long shots, and it is just... Put it this way. When what's been building up to, when the violence actually happens, I was relieved. I was like, okay, I can handle this, but I can't handle all this casual conversation, all this buildup. Man, it got to me. I actually texted a friend. I was like, I'm in a little bit of a weird place because I watched a movie that really fucked with my head. So Soft and Quiet, I know that a lot of people are... it's highly rated, but a lot of people are saying that it's too much. It's unrealistic. And honestly, I think the people who are saying it's unrealistic are the people who are like the people in the movie. The people who don't want to see that mirror held up to them. It's a strong showing, and it's an S. Absolutely.
I will check it out for sure. Just
do so with a steeled constitution, my friend. It's rough. Fucking rough. All right, another one. Okay, so I transitioned to Soft and Quiet because we were talking about, like, things that are realistic and you hate it, but it's, like, so realistic you have to appreciate it.
Yeah.
So back to the Blumhouse. Welcome to the Blumhouse movies on Amazon. Run, Sweetheart, Run. Run, Sweetheart, Run has an actor named Pilou Asbach, I believe it would be pronounced, as kind of like the nemesis in it. He does a great job. He was the Nazi commander in Overlord, if you'd seen Overlord.
I fucking loved Overlord. Yeah, he pissed me the fuck off. Oh my god.
Yes. He's so awful. You just love to hate him, right?
Yes.
You'll hate him even more after this.
Nice.
Run, Sweetheart, Run. He does a great job. The main actor's name, I cannot remember her name.
Is it the actor from Resident Evil? The show on Netflix?
Oh shit, is it?
I'm looking at her face right now. And
Ella Balinska.
Yeah, it looks like the same actor.
Ella Balinska.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned. Jade Wesker. Man, she really rocks braids hard. She looks great.
I didn't know she was in Charlie's Angels.
Her hair is so cool. Anyway, Run, Sweetheart, Run with Pilou Asbach and Ella Balinska. So good. And also it has the woman with, and I will fight anyone on this, the sexiest voice on planet Earth before, now, and ever. God, what's her name? Shora Aglad.
Oh yeah, yes. There's a little bit of a little bravado to her voice. I'm like, it's so soothing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
and it's so smoky, and
she's in The Expanse, right? Yeah.
I just wanted to read me stories. I love her. Sexiest voice on earth, right? We got to agree on that. So, Run, Sweetheart, Run, I enjoyed so thoroughly, and I wasn't expecting it at all. I really didn't think it was just like another movie that I had to watch to make this video, right? I realized I just accidentally dropped it in A. It's an S. Run, Sweetheart, Run is an absolute S. I think it's great. I think it's shot wonderfully. I think it's cast wonderfully. I just think it's wonderful.
All right.
Bingo Hell. Bingo Hell. First of all, let me just drop it in A because that's where it belongs. Bingo Hell is awesome. Bingo Hell is, like I said, it's another welcome to the Blumhouse thing. I think it was 2021 that Bingo Hell came out. Its director, female director, Gigi Saul Guerrero. She is such a cool human being. She does a lot of like cutaway interviews in Shudder's 101 scariest moments in horror, or scariest moments in I think it was something like that. I can't remember, but she does a lot of cutaway conversations, and she's so knowledgeable. It's kind of surprising that a lot of people wouldn't know that name when you say it, but she knows everyone else's name. Very cool director, very cool person. The story's fine. It's an A, as a whole. It's an A movie. Richard Brake, he played he plays a bad guy in literally everything. He was in R.I.P.D. 2. He was the main antagonist in R.I.P.D. 2. He was Portman, I think, in Doom 2005's
Oh
Doom.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a very good casting for a bad guy in a horror movie, and he's like the main antagonist. He's basically, I think, the devil. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler because it's called Bingo Hell, but he's like the devil in the movie, and he does really good.
Yeah, he was in recently.
Tremors, Shrieker Island. He was the main human antagonist in Tremors, Shrieker Island on Netflix, 2020, I think. You got something else he was in recently?
Barbarian.
Oh yes, yeah. He was the Well, not to spoil.
Yeah, I almost did the same thing. But I was like, oh no, wait, hold on.
I almost said what it. Yeah, Barbarian. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, Barbarian. We got to talk about Barbarian eventually, but.
What the hell is Prey? Oh yeah, bingo.
You haven't seen Prey?
I haven't seen Prey.
Okay, that's a. Well, it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's Netflix original, but well, you know what? I honestly I don't even have the energy to describe what Prey is. It's a C. Let's just put it there. All right, so we did Bingo Hell. The next one would be Black Box.
Oh, well, you just
Black
did Prey,
Box.
so put Prey in the C.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Black Box. Blah, 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 blah. The next. Welcome to the Blumhouse Amazon joint. I keep forgetting it starts with a C, and it's what rappers say when they do a song together.
A collab.
Collaboration. Yes, thank you. Jesus Christ. Yes, a Blumhouse Amazon collab. Black Box was it had some pretty creepy moments in it. Ultimately, it's more of a sci-fi movie than horror. But solid A. Got to give it a solid A.
Nice.
Man, Nocturne was the next Blumhouse thing, and it's kind of about the tortured artist and what the tortured artist is willing to do for their art and whatnot, which is something I just do not connect with at all. And it's a C. It's gonna hold Prey's hand down there. And let's see. Dashcam. Dashcam's an interesting one. Dashcam. Okay, so that was all the Welcome to the Blumhouse ones. Dashcam is about a horrible POS woman who goes to London, I think, to meet up with her old bandmate. And it's all about a live stream. She's live streaming her whole thing. It's very strange. It's probably more of a dark comedy, I would say, than horror. I mean, it's got horror elements, but it's I don't know. Dashcam's a hard one to nail down. I'd put B. I don't think anything less than a B for Dashcam. And I feel like now is the time. I feel like now is the time to introduce you to the movie that is the only reason there is an F column in this tier list. And that movie is Thriller. Thriller was so bad that I was actually miserable watching it. I'm guessing you haven't seen it?
No, what the hell is this?
Nothing you need concern yourself about, my friend.
RZA's in it?
No, RZA wrote the music for it.
Oh, okay. I saw casting for Principal Heard.
Oh, shit! That is him! He's a fucking principal. He's an educator. This movie was so bad that about when I was maybe an hour and 10 minutes in, what I was doing was I was skipping ahead 5 minutes, watching for 1 minute, and then skipping ahead for another 5 minutes and watching for 1 minute. I couldn't even actually watch this movie, but I also, in good conscience, couldn't do this list without saying that I had seen it. So I needed...
Okay.
Fuck this movie. I hated it. It was so bad. It was even... Oh my God. I don't even know how to hate on this movie without, like, rending my clothes and setting myself ablaze.
Damn.
I fucking hated it. It's an F. It's a bad movie. The Gallows. Have you seen The Gallows?
Nah. I'm gonna confidently say like at the amount of movies that are left, I haven't seen it.
None of them, really?
Like the one on the you and I both have a different list, but I haven't. My list of not seens been pretty long.
Okay. Well then, I will. It'll be the Smokey Show. I'm just gonna quick fire. I think we've had a lot of great conversation. It's time to just bring this bitch home. Amityville Horror.
Amen, brother.
I'm sorry. Amityville: The Awakening is a very strange little flick because it exists within the universe where the Amityville Horror actually came out. Not only that, but the sequel and the remake also exist. And it's about a family who buy the house. And I think it's probably the only thing I've ever liked Bella Thorne in. I'm not a big Bella Thorne fan. I think she's a pretty strange character, both in all of her movies and in real life, and I just don't really connect with what she does in either. But this was a while ago, and I think it was pretty early on in her career, and she actually did a pretty good job. So I'm gonna put Amityville Awakening, or The Awakening, as a B. Another movie that also follows the same format where it exists within a universe that the movie it's remaking is actually a movie, is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Did you ever watch the original by chance?
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Town That Dreaded Sundown is kind of more of a detective movie, not a proper police detective, but like amateur detective movie. It's a thriller, basically. And it's okay. It's a B. And 13 Sins. 13 Sins I watched a very long time ago. I think probably close to when it came out. And it's about a guy who's down on his luck and gets a text that if he does certain challenges, he'll get exponential amounts of money deposited in his bank account. And of course, things go all crazy. It's very Belko Experiment, where it's more like what are people willing to do to get what they want kind of thing. It's a solid watch. I've watched it once. I never went back to it, which means that instead of a B, it's probably a C, because most of the things in S, A, and B are things that I've watched multiple times. Bloodline. Sean William Scott. Very weird. There's a birth scene where they actually show a baby coming out of a vagina. Ouch. Which was interesting. Ouch. It all the way through it was a C until the very end, and it kind of earned itself a B with its ending. So Bloodline, B. Hurt is a movie about a veteran who comes back with PTSD, and it really seems like this is going to be, because it's one of the most serious things I've ever seen. There was no humor. It was a very accurate portrayal of what PTSD looks like, especially in soldiers. And the first thing they did after probably about 65% of the movie had passed, was kill the one guy that you've actually connected with. So it went from an A to a D really quick. And it didn't even explain what the fuck it wanted, what the fuck it was about. It wasn't good. Oh, I missed one of the Blumhouse, welcome to the Blumhouse movies. The Manor. Or, sorry, not even The Manor, it's just Manor. There's a movie called Phenomena. Phenomenon? Phenomena or Phenomenon? You know the one where it's based on a true story, and the woman has basically been sexually assaulted by a ghost or multiple ghosts for like her whole life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the actor in that movie, and also the mother from Insidious, is in Manor.
Yes.
So as far as the story goes, and especially the ending came out of nowhere. But just because it's got my dear Scream Queen, oh man, what is her name? It is The Manor.
The Entity.
The Entity,
Yeah.
That's right, The Entity. Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey is a Scream Queen. Oh, God. And, oh, man, and she's fully leaned into, like, being an old lady now in the Manor. Like, she's got gray hair, and she's in a retirement home, and she is still 100% grade A sex beef. That's it. That's all I had to say. Grade A sex beef. The Manor. Hey! All right. Yeah, so Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey is the only reason that gets an A instead of a B. It was a pretty good movie. And again, with the social commentary that the Blumhouse Amazon movies like to make, this one was about how retirement homes, you know, once you get put in a home, people don't take you seriously. Your family stops visiting and all this stuff. Very real themes. Also, though, there were other things going on in there. I think this was a 2021 reveal, or 2021 movie, so I don't want to reveal too much about it, but it was good.
Yeah.
And obviously Barbara Hershey, ooh, mwah, chef's kiss. Let's see, Torn Hearts. You've at least, you know about Torn Hearts, right?
I was just looking at this.
It's got Leela in it from Futurama.
Yeah, Katie Seagal.
Yes, my love. I went into this one not really knowing what to expect, because most of these movies I just knew by name.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the ones that I hadn't watched yet. It's a 2022, so it was one of like the dozen or so movies that I hadn't seen on the Blumhouse roster. Going in with no expectations, it ended up being a pretty solid viewing. I think it's a B. Also, Blumhouse was previously working with, they still are working with Amazon, but they've now expanded this exclusivity kind of thing to Epix, EPIX, and Torn Hearts is one of the Epix originals that Blumhouse. It's available on Amazon. Not sure why, but like if you have Amazon Prime, Torn Hearts, The Visitor, I believe, and the Unhuman. Unhuman, yes, Unhuman, which is not a word. Speaking of Unhuman, I avoided this one very consciously. Like, it wasn't that, oh, it came out in 2022 and I just haven't seen it yet. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't think it looked very good at all. It was a D. Absolutely a D, just from looking at it. But after watching it, it turned out that it had a little more going on under the surface. I say a little more, I mean a very little more, just a very slight amount more going on under the surface, which bumps it up to a C. You don't like teen angst, you'd probably put this one as an F. So don't add it to your watch list. Now, here's a really weird one. Ma.
I know about this one.
you know about this one.
Yes.
So you haven't seen it, but I'm guessing when you say know about it, you mean you know the whole plot?
I know some of the plot. I don't know how it ends, though.
Okay. I really like Octavia Spencer, and I think she does fine with the role she was given. I just think the movie fell flat. Like, really, really flat. And also, actually, the, like, she's not the lead. She's technically the antagonist. But Diana Silvers, I think her name is, who plays the actual lead. She's from a show that, oh God, I don't remember. I think she was from The Mick, wasn't she? Hang on a second. Now I have to look that up. Oh, wow. No, that was Sophia Black D'Elia. Wow, they look really similar. Moving on.
She was in Glass, though.
She was?
Yeah.
Diana Silvers was in Glass? Mm-hmm. Oh, she was. Oh, you know what? I haven't seen Glass. That's why I don't know that.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to.
I didn't think so. It's not a Blumhouse, so I didn't even feel bad for avoiding it.
Yeah, Blumhouse was like, nah, we can go without doing this. Find some.
M. Night, sir. All right, so that was, which one? That was Ma, right, C. Yeah, C. I wouldn't quite put it on D list. It's just not very good, though. Now, this one I'm a little torn about because I didn't really like it a whole lot. But I do recognize that it was a well-written, well-filmed, and well-acted movie, Mr. Harrigan's Phone.
Do tell.
I don't know. It's so recent that I can't spoil it, so the things that I didn't really like are huge spoilers, but it just was soft, I want to say. It's based on a Stephen King short, which is completely evident from the very beginning because it's in small town Maine, and even before, like in the credits at the end, it says based on Stephen King's short story, blah blah blah. But as soon as the movie loaded up, and it was like, blah blah blah, Maine is a small town with a 6-room school, and I was like, oh shit, this is Stephen King, isn't it? Because that's all he writes. All he writes is about small town Maine because it's what he knows, it's what he's good at, and I'm not going to complain, but it's a telltale sign. It just was very soft. I thought the main character was kind of soft, like he didn't go in the direction that I would think most human beings would, but then again, I don't think much of most human beings, so maybe that's the point. Like, he didn't let this undisclosed power go to his head or whatever. I don't know. For me, it's a C. It's probably a B for most people, if not an A, but not for me. It just wasn't for me. Sweetheart. Sweetheart is one of those ones that gets to me extra because there is an aquatic threat, and I have galiophobia, so I'm terrified of sharks and basically anything in the water that can eat you. Yeah. So as a movie as a whole, it's probably a B, but with how it made me feel, like with this intensity, and not only is it an aquatic threat, but it can actually come up on land too. I thought it was an A. I liked it. I liked the main character, and an actor I've never seen before, and I don't think I've ever seen again. Just kind of came out of nowhere and did a great job with it. Yeah, Sweetheart. Not to be associated or confused with Run, Sweetheart, Run. It has nothing to do with that Blumhouse movie. Area 51. Bunch of people want to find the aliens, so they spend about an hour and 15 minutes getting into Area 51, and then for 15 minutes you get a bunch of Dutch camera angles, even though it's a found footage film. D. Don't Let Go. Don't Let Go is actually pretty damn good. It's like about a guy who his brother, sister-in-law, and niece are killed in what appears to be a home invasion, and he's a cop, and so he's like on leave or whatever, and he gets a call from his niece's phone a couple weeks later, and it's this time travel kind of parallel thing. Parallel, basically. Like, it's time travel in the way that Deja Vu is time travel, where, what was Deja Vu? Like, exactly 4 days in the past or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's exactly a certain amount of time in the past, and his niece is able to call him on his phone or something. It's one of those unexplained ones that I like so much, where they don't try and explain why it's happening. It's just a unique premise that they deal with. Don't Let Go was a B for me. The Lazarus Effect, Mark Duplass and Olivia Wilde. Mark Duplass, Olivia Wilde. I liked it. It's kind of your classic demon possession thing with a little bit of a twist at the end. Also, a heavy dose of what's the one? Flatliners. It's kind of like Flatliners. The whole point is like they put you clinically dead, and then they bring you back to see what you've seen on the other side, or what affects you on the other side. Yeah. So it's it's a la Flatliners, but it's not Flatliners. And the way it's handled is very cool. I thought Lazarus Effect was pretty dope, and I think it's a solid B. Definitely one I've seen multiple times. Viral was interesting. It was a pleasant surprise. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. And it's got heavy, I don't know if you ever watched The Strain on FX.
I have.
Oh, you have. Okay, so it's got very similar aesthetics and kind of a similar creature they're dealing with as The Strain, which I liked. So Viral, I'd put Viral as a B. Viral and Lazarus Effect would be a solid, literal B movie double feature. The Gallows was a big pile of poop, so D. The Gallows 2 was an even bigger pile of poop, but it can't go in F because F is only for Thriller, because Thriller is the biggest pile of poop. The Deep House was a great idea because there are places like this in the real world where there are entire towns buried underwater. Like, not buried, but they're still completely in existence underwater. But I don't know, it felt like they didn't do enough with the idea. It was just a haunted house underwater. It didn't play with its environment enough. So I'd say concept-wise, it was an A. About halfway through, it worked itself down to a B, and by the end, it was a C. It was just kind of unfortunate that such a cool premise, something that exists in this world, like entire towns are submerged under lakes, towns that have just been like, all right, well, we're just gonna evacuate everybody, bust this dam down, and then we're gonna build somewhere else. And we're gonna have lakeside property, places like that. It's a real thing that's happened in the country, and I don't know, the story just fell flat. It was just another damn ghost story. The Visitor was very slow and interesting, and it had... I have a soft spot for movies with biblical connotations just because I grew up in that world and I know all those stories. I like it when people take stories from the Bible and they turn it into horror with a little twist, just a little bit of their own flavor to it. That really appeals to me. The Visitor has terrible reviews, but I don't think it deserves anything less than a B. It's very slow. It would even probably be a stretch to call it a horror movie. I don't know what else you'd call it, but it's not very scary. It's not scary at all, in fact. But it's a solid story, and like I said, it appeals to a former Jesus kid like I am. Now, I say former Jesus kid, but in fact, as you know, Jose, I was raised Jewish.
It's true.
This is true. The Vigil is about a Hasidic, a former Hasidic Jew who left his community basically because he felt it was too confining, and so he's struggling. He's not doing very well. He needs money, and someone offers to have him sit shiva for a recently deceased person, which is when you sit in the house, you can't let the body be left alone until it's put in the ground, for good, to protect the body basically from spirits who may want to inhabit it or molest it in some way or another. And lo and behold, while sitting shiva, there is a spirit in the house. And this movie freaked me the fuck out.
Oh.
It was really good. And I think that it provided a really solid, look into Jewish culture, like so many times. So often, there's the word. So often, Jewish people and Jewish beliefs are kind of like the butt of a lot of jokes, and I feel like it's not hateful, but it's also not helping anyone learn, and this movie would actually help you learn about Jewish beliefs and how things work in a Jewish community. It's just really cool. I loved it. It's an S. The Vigil is an absolute S. I believe it's on Hulu right now, streaming. And funny enough, this actually wasn't a Blumhouse Productions production. Blumhouse acquired this. This came out in Germany, I believe. Back in 2019, and it only made it to the States last year, or maybe even the year before. I think it might have been 2021, but it took a couple years to make it here. This is one of the, I think it might be the only movie that Blumhouse actually, they produced it in the sense that they produced the American release of it, but they didn't make it. And it's probably the only one like that on this entire list. Add The Vigil to your watch list.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Have you seen, what is The Patient on Hulu?
The Patient?
The Patient with Steve Carell.
No, I haven't.
It's a show. I think it looks like a one shot. I hope it's a one shot. It's Steve Carell's a shrink in The Patient, and he
and he gets held hostage, right?
Yes. And he's Jewish. And I learned a lot about, because I guess he's pretty estranged from
his community.
His community, yeah. And then over time, just he has these flashbacks to what is it? To the Holocaust. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Yeah, fucking brain. But he has visions of the Holocaust and stuff like that, and turns out the person he's trying to help is a fucking serial killer. So there's a little bit back and forth. You should check it out. It's pretty short. It's
okay.
Yeah.
The Patient. I've seen ads for it, but I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was a psychiatrist held hostage by a patient.
Yeah.
So it's like a bottle movie, I guess.
Yeah. It's a miniseries.
Okay. Oh, it's a mini. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. I know for Hunters. Do you remember Hunters? I think Hunters got a second season finally.
No, wait. What's Mindhunters? No.
No, just Hunters, the Amazon show, where Nazis hiding in America are hunted down by various.
Oh shit! Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino.
No, it's not Al Pacino.
Al Pacino is
Wait,
in it. Yes.
Is it Al Pacino?
Yes,
it's not the guy from.
It is Al
Oh,
Pacino.
okay.
Yeah.
Nazis, hooah! For some reason, thinking back to it, it was the guy from John Wick.
Yeah. No,
Jonathan, my dear boy, what have you done?
It's Carlito's Way himself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hooah! Cool.
Yeah, thank you. I
but
was trying to think of the name of this because I couldn't remember. I was trying to watch something. I was like, crap, what was that one show called? And I couldn't think of it.
I think it's got a season 2 either out or coming out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Nice.
It's been like 3 years at this point, I think. But anyway, so Hunters also a great one along those lines of like kind of rehashing history, but in a really interesting, not rehashing, but informing of history, but in an entertaining way. Anyway, so we're down to 6 movies now. Down to 6 movies. The Bay. I believe The Bay was 2012, maybe? And it's about... it's kind of... It's got a weird format. It's about like... it's almost found footage, but it's also combined with a whistleblower sort of... Like it's an event that was attempted to be covered up, and it's your classic like small town is revitalized by genetic experiments being done on this oh god, what is it? Wouldn't be a cannery, I think. It's been a while since I watched it, but there's some big company in a small town, and they accidentally create these bugs that do a terrible thing to people. It's like I don't know. Just watch a trailer for it. I don't know. It's fairly subpar. And I think the biggest miss for The Bay is the casting, because they cast Heather Donahue, who's fine. She's just fine, but she's not a very serious person. As far as what she's been in. And she's the whistleblower type person, the person who guides the narrative of the movie. And did you ever watch You're the Worst on FX?
Yes.
Okay, so she's the busty cuckolding friend.
Yeah, I know that is. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really... It's hard to take her seriously. I don't know. It's just hard to take her seriously.
I love her.
So, yeah, again, she's fine. But she was desperately miscast for like this hard-hitting investigative reporter in The Bay. It hit wrong, and so The Bay gets a little bit of a C for me. Mm-hmm. Mercy Black brought absolutely no new ideas to the table. It was boring. It was predictable. It was bad. It was D. Jessabelle gets a lot of hate for being apparently insensitive, like racially insensitive, but I don't get that at all.
Against what group of people?
Black people, specifically not Cajun, Louisiana, like practicers of hoodoo.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody does something bad to this group of people, but it's not like insensitive. It's just bad. It's a bad thing to do to any group of people. The guy is mad about a very certain, and actually I really like Jessabelle. Let me get that out in front. So that's why I'm not spoiling it, even though it's about 8 years old. I liked it, and it's on Tubi. It's free. It's free to watch with commercials on Tubi. I think it's an A, honestly. It took me kind of by surprise. Like I didn't really know what I was going into. This was one of the ones that I just flat out missed. I didn't avoid it. I didn't, there was no reason I hadn't watched it. It was just one of the Blumhouse ones I had to catch up on before making this video. I liked it a lot. I think, and oh man, Sarah Snook is awesome in it. Sarah Snook is, I think probably most people would know her from Succession. She plays somebody in Succession.
I'm not
redhead.
I know about the show.
Oh, do you not watch that? Okay,
I don't watch Succession.
I don't either. My parents do, so I just assume
it's too white for me.
That it's too white. Oh man, well, there was a movie on this list that I thought I actually was going to make the joke that it would be Succession if Succession was good. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the Belko Experiment. I don't remember, but there was one specifically on this list that I was like, hey, this would make Succession a lot more interesting. It's hard to remember things when there's 91 movies you're going through. Incarnate. I'm going to temporarily drop it in a B real quick, just so I don't have to hold the thing. Have you seen Incarnate? I don't think it's a Netflix original, but it's been on Netflix for actual years. It's just like the only place you can watch it. It's got Aaron Eckhart in it, the Thank You for Smoking guy, the guy from Battle Los Angeles. He's Two-Face from the Batman Dark Knight Dark Knight Rises.
He's Harvey Dent, yeah.
Yeah, he's Harvey Dent in Dark Knight Rises. Not ringing a bell. He's a quadriplegic, not quite psychic, but basically it takes demonic possession and it doesn't just bring it it's not different. Like the demonic possession is real. It's still demons, but the guy's approach to it is not the Catholic exorcism. It's he's got like a gift to be able to go into people's minds, so he literally actually goes in there. It's like he also possesses them. And I thought it's reviewed fairly badly, but I think it's a solid. And I really like Aaron Eckhart, so I think Incarnate's a solid B. I would add it to your watch list for maybe not top of your watch list, but just like when you've got nothing else to do and maybe you want to like text people too. Like you want to multitask, you want something on, but you don't necessarily just want to watch it. It's a solid watch. It's fine. It's a B. Visions. I've always thought, and this is going to sound pretty mean, but I've always thought that Isla Fisher is a bit of a dud as an actor. I think she's a nice person. I think she's pretty. And I think she's related to Ron Howard. Yes, yeah. I think she's nice. I think she's pretty, and I think she's related to Ron Howard. But I've never thought much of her as an actor until I watched Visions. Again, one of the ones that I had to watch that I didn't necessarily avoid. I just kind of missed before making this video. And for the first maybe 40 minutes, completely lives up to expectations. It's just run-of-the-mill, some kind of haunting. Isla Fisher's a little bit of a dud, blah, 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 blah. And then wow, God. I never remember her name. Britta from Community. Gillian Jacobs?
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Yeah. So Gillian Jacobs is
Britta
in
Perry?
it too. Yeah, Britta. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's in it too, and I was more excited about her than Isla Fisher. And a little over halfway in the movie, Isla Fisher actually starts to act like properly. And it was kind of impressive. And then the story had this little twist in it that I wasn't expecting. It wasn't what it seemed. And not only that, but the twist actually lended to affecting the ultimate outcome. It wasn't just like a ha-ha. It was like ha-ha. And because we now know this, something about... I don't want to spoil it because I actually really liked it. I thought it was good. Visions, solid B.
Okay.
Yeah. And now, I really should have thought this through, thought of a more like dramatic movie to end with. But our last movie to rate is Freaky. 2020's Freaky. Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton. Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton. Catherine Newton was way back 4.5 hours ago when we started this. was from Paranormal Activity 4. And Freaky is an A. It's a great horror comedy. I liked it. Vince Vaughn is hilarious. I think it's body swapping movies. Obviously, Freaky is a play on Freaky Friday. Body swapping Freaky Friday. But this one's horror, and it's with a serial killer and a teenage girl. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. 100%. Add that to your watch list for sure. How many do you have on your watch list, by the way?
I have 22 movies.
20. Jesus.
Freaky, The Hunt, Underwater, Hush, Oculus, Insidious, Last Key. That one's gonna be a low though. Creep, The Visit, Truth or Dare, Craft Legacy. That's gonna be pretty low. Vigil, Lords of Salem, Evil Eye, Madres, Blackest Night, The Lie, Softly Quiet, Run Sweetheart Run, Bingo Hell, Day Shift, and yeah.
All right.
And Incarnate.
You know what's funny? 2 of those 22 movies aren't Blumhouse movies. They're just from conversations
just
we
from,
had.
yeah, just from conversation with We're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, right, you remind me. I have to watch that shit.
Yeah, Day Shift and Underwater are not Blumhouse movies. That's funny. All right. Well, I mean, how do we end this? How do we wrap this up? What's the moral we learned? Horror movies are all about the moral we learned, especially Blumhouse ones. Did we learn racial sensitivity? Did we learn gender equality?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. And credits.
I learned about 22 fucking movies I need.
That's true. You got a hell of a list.
Yeah. So, all right. So, just to kind of recap your S tier. For S tier of the movies that I've seen, right?
Yeah.
I've got Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 3. I've got Black Phone, Sinister, Halloween, Get Out, and Dark Skies.
Okay. So I've also got all of those in my S tier, but I've also got Hush, Ouija Origin of Evil, The Invisible Man, The Visit, Soft and Quiet, Run Sweetheart Run, and The Vigil.
Run Sweetheart Run, Vigil. I'll put those at the top of my list.
Yeah. Pelu Asbach, man. The guy from the Outpost. No. Not the Outpost. Overlord. Sorry, Overlord. All right, so now read off your A list.
Happy Death Day, Paranormal Activity 2, The Belko, Ouija. I haven't seen the original, so the second one is there. Insidious, and The Invisible Dude.
You put Invisible Man as an A?
Yeah, I put The Invisible Man as an A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I've got Paranormal Activity 2, Happy
movies
Death Day.
gaslighting with, movies gaslighting with superpowers. Not crazy. What the hell are you doing? Yeah.
How crazy. All right, Paranormal Activity 2, Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day 2U, The Hunt, Belko Experiment, Oculus, Insidious, Insidious Last Key, Creep, Creep 2, Truth or Dare, Evil Eye, Madres, Black as Night, The Lie, Bingo Hell, Black Box, Manor, The Manor, Sweetheart, Jessabelle, Freaky. That is my A recap.
All right.
How about B?
Paranormal Activity 4, Insidious 3, and Split.
Oh, man.
I haven't, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I added a lot of things you haven't seen to B because all the Amazon ones went in there. All right. Okay, let me take a deep breath. Paranormal Activity 4, Cam, Insidious 3, Nope, You Should Have Left, Split, Lords of Salem, The Craft Legacy, Nanny, Dashcam, Amityville The Awakening, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Bloodline, Torn Hearts, Don't Let Go, The Lazarus Effect, Viral, The Visitor, Incarnate, Visions. That is my B.
My C. The original Purge.
Cost a late night fee. Yo, C, you got the HIV.
How dare you? The original Purge, Anarchy, Unfriended, Insidious 2, Halloween Kills, and Cam.
Okay, you got you got Cam and C. All right, for me, C. Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin, Ouija, the original, The Purge Anarchy, Unfriended, Unfriended Dark Web, Insidious 2, Halloween Kills, Firestarter, Prey, Nocturne, 13 Sins, Unhuman, Ma, Mr. Harrigan's Phone, The Deep House, The Bay. On to the D.
What is it? I have The Ghost Dimension, Paranormal Activity, the second Sinister, Halloween Ends, Purge, the one where they go down to Mexico, whatever the fuck that was.
Other Purges.
Yeah.
Let's just say the other Purges.
Yeah. And Nope. Just because,
Nope, right?
Nope,
Okay.
just because it pissed me off, but like that's
You got so mad.
that's my
So
problem.
mad.
That's not that's not Jordan Peele's problem. That's my problem.
The Jose Rage. You got the Jose Rage.
Yeah.
All right. For my D, we've got Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones, Sinister 2, Purge Election Year, Purge July 4th. What? Oh, sorry, the first Purge. The Forever Purge, Fantasy Island, Martyrs, Halloween Ends, They Them, Green Inferno, Black Christmas, The Darkness, Hurt, Area 51, The Gallows Act 2, and Mercy Black. And then, of course, everyone knows that the only movie in the F tier is Thriller, because fuck Thriller. Thriller was bad, and it should feel bad about being bad. And I'd say that's about enough of this.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball. Boom. 91 movies. Ranked. Sorted. Recorded. Soon to be edited. At great personal expense. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for doing this for 4 hours and 40 minutes.
LOL. Anytime.
Which is certainly going to be edited down to less than that.
Jesus
so people
Christ.
are going to be like, what? I mean, we took breaks and I just left it recording just because one file to work with is a lot easier than multiple. But anyway,
Hey, yo.
thanks.
Anytime.